Hello. Yeah.
Like Magellan,
Chilling, I don't know what that means, but I'll go with it.
as Liz Lemon says on 30 Rock.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll just go with it.
go with it.
I'm just
Why
going
not?
with it. Yeah,
Go
totally
with it.
going with it.
Do it. Just jive. Just chill.
I'm just jiving with it, man.
Just like chillaxing.
Yeah. With a beardy podcast, I think we should call
I
ourselves.
think you're the
You still
goatee
holding on
podcast.
to that, Stu?
That's a fucking bit. I'm not even going there. I nearly bit them,
He's
but
not
I'm
going
not.
there.
I'm not
Yeah,
fucking going there.
really.
That's it.
Yeah. Are we ready to start? Are we?
Hey, you
are
pick
we
a
on?
story, stick to it, Stu. Nice to see you. Hello, Stuart.
Yes, hello, Chinny. Nice to see you. Who knows? Who knew?
Crispy M&Ms.
Are we ready to Ooh, start? crispy.
What you got?
That
I've got popped crisps. Apparently, they're healthier.
Do you have any snacks, Eric?
I got a little Tony Chocolonely. What? Anti-slavery chocolate's the best. What?
I've got lemon San Pellegrino.
I've got water.
Tony's.
I've got water as well.
Oh yeah, very nice, very nice. Healthy. No Coca-Cola then that you're gonna move out of camera shot and lose Coca-Cola $4 billion. You know.
Well, like Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think San Pellegrino's stocks are going to
Yeah,
go
but
down.
you're advertising. Maybe they'll go up by $4 billion.
Who are they owned by? Are they owned by Coca-Cola or something?
Probably. Coca-Cola owns everything, doesn't it? No, I don't think so. Who knows? Who knows?
They own a lot of stuff.
They do own a lot of stuff. It's true.
It doesn't
Well, what
look
was
like
kind of
they own them.
All right,
ironic?
hang on. I'll be right back.
What was kind of ironic that Coca-Cola owned the water company that he held the bottle up from as well.
Well, yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't think Coca-Cola owns this.
No, I don't think they probably do.
San Pellegrino fruit beverages.
Yeah. Is it based in Italy?
Yeah,
If you'd think it was,
it is.
it is. There you go. Italiano. I like the pizza.
Something was in my water.
Was it? What,
I
water?
replaced it.
Was water
No.
in your water?
Yes, water was in my water. That was a problem.
Soul
There you
Brother,
go, that's
Soul
not
Brother's in the chat. Say hello to Soul Brother.
Hey,
What's up?
Soul Brother.
Soul Brother.
Soul Brother. Right, we're ready to start, or what?
I'm ready to start.
I'm ready to start this shit.
Yep.
I guess so.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
It's my big freak feel behind Shelbyville. I am invincible. Invincible. Wario cheese.
Time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with soundbite saviors.
I am Rick
It's the veteran
Sponding.
gamers.
I am Rick
It's the veteran
Sponding.
gamers.
I am Rick Sponding. I am Rick Sponding.
Yeah, boy. Switch that console off before you got to press repeat, yo.
Hello and welcome to episode 598 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 598. What's up, people? Duke in the building.
Yeah, so it's Stu.
Yes, and hello. Chinny is also here. Hype.
Chinny is back, people.
Ginny
Welcome back,
is
Chinny.
back.
Yep.
Because he hasn't got a surprise, not really a surprise barbecue to go to this week. That's what I'm guessing.
All I'm saying is I had
SLH
very
was filling
little.
in last week.
That was meant to be a calm, relaxing day because I had a very busy week. and it was not a calm, relaxing day.
Uh-oh. Why not?
Oh, why?
Well, because you go shopping, and then you get the food, and then you go to the barbecue, and then your little niece wants to play with you, and then you go on the trampoline.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That happens. That
So-
happens.
What up, Stink?
That's what kids do. That's like the job of a kid.
Mm.
That's what they do.
Apparently.
They want, annoy your uncle. Get him to do
Annoying
stuff he
kids.
would never do.
Well,
Yeah.
That's what kids
I
do.
know.
That's what they're for.
That's why you got to say this to kids.
Shut the up, kid.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, Chinny. That's what you should have said to your niece. Shut the fuck up, kid. What you should
I
have
don't
done.
think
I'm
she'd,
sure.
don't
I'm
think
sure
she'd
her
like
parents would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
Have you had a less stressful week this week, Chinny?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
man, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
I've the work's been very, very busy. I've been to Wales 3 times this week.
Oh my goodness.
I like Wales. Whereabouts in Wales did you go?
Wrexham,
All right, yeah.
which is the
Rectum.
no, the big
Wrexham.
news about Wrexham is that the football team Wrexham got bought by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElroy
right.
from Always Sunny or something.
All right, okay.
But yeah, put it this way: we work a lot in factories and workshops and stuff in England, and the health and safety rules are very strict.
Oh, terribly
Right.
so.
So
Terribly so.
let's just juxtapose this. So I this is going to make my job sound very boring, and sometimes it can be. All right, but
Yeah.
I went to a factory this week, and it was a tray washing factory.
Okay.
So
Like the Eddie Izzard bit about, why are these trays all wet?
so this you go in Aldi, Stu. Well, you don't. You
Yes.
go to Waitrose, but you know.
Yeah, I go to Waitrose.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Marks and Spencer's food, in
Yeah,
fact.
exactly.
I've been there this week.
See,
twice.
Duke doesn't even know what these things are, and he knows that Waitrose is
Talking
more
about-
fancier than the.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I assume that's the case.
That is the case.
But
So-
actually,
take the piss out of Stu for
Chinny,
it.
in the north, it's boobs. Everyone goes to boobs if you
Okay.
want to go somewhere very
Boobs.
posh. No,
Alright.
not boobs.
So anyway,
Those
Uh,
boobs.
so basically,
Very
you probably
posh.
get these in America where you have a tray of fruit. You know when you go like all the fruit section, they're all in those plastic
Yeah.
trays.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
They are a business. They get
Oh, yeah.
sent back. They get washed, sanitized, and the whole thing is about reusing the same
Yeah,
trays.
eco-friendly. I like it.
So
Is it?
that whole thing is a thing, which I didn't know was a
Yeah.
thing, but it is a thing. So I went to that factory, and bear in mind, all it is a fucking big washing machine and a hairdryer, and these trays go through it, and then they come out the other end. We had to wear like steel toe cap boots, high
Yeah.
vis, hard hats, all this sort of stuff. I was like, fucking hell, this is a bit much for a tray washing factory.
Do you know what though, Chinny? I worked when I was doing some agency work. I worked in a staff canteen in a health and safety equipment factory.
Mm.
So they made health and safety equipment,
Yeah.
right? And in the canteen, the last Friday of every month, if they hadn't had an accident, the staff got a free meal in the canteen.
Lovely.
So they used to have a board up with how many accidents they'd had that month. This is how bad these places are, man. I'm telling you.
But anyway, my point being, it's not a very dangerous environment, and we have to wear all this shit. Fine. We go to Wales, and again, it's going to make my sound job very boring, but they make copper cables, right? And there's basically this red hot cable goes through this massive line, and it's exposed. You can literally just walk up to it and touch it.
Yeah,
And
that sounds dangerous.
The induction was, right, don't touch that because it's bloody hot. So apart from that, just do what you want.
It's bloody hot.
I was like, do we have to wear still toe cap boots? And he says, if you want to, I'm not really fussed really. It's up to you.
It's up to you. Whatever.
Okay.
If you get killed, it's fine.
So very, very different environments. But I had really, really bad hay fever this week as well, which absolutely fucked me up this week. And very, very little time has
You
gone.
sound good tonight. I've got to say.
You know
sound
what?
fine. You sound fine.
There's something.
Suck down a lot of drugs.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I did do a lot of drugs, but for anybody who's suffering from hay fever, now I usually have the jab, the hay fever jab,
The jab.
and it does give you a chance that your bones could just fall apart at any time. But I'm willing to take the chance, right? But the upshoot of it is that it cuts the hay fever off I can't. I can get the jab, but I'm on a waiting list. It's all very boring. But anyway, I've had to deal with the hay fever. And then Wednesday, I thought I was just going to rip my face off. It was the worst.
Oof.
And then I've been trying something new, and there are foods. Stu, you'll know this. There are foods that contain natural antihistamines.
Apparently, so I've heard.
There
So
you
I've
go.
heard.
So I just looked at, what are the simplest ones I could eat? And citrus fruits
Yeah. Suck down them oranges.
Yeah,
natural.
good for scurvy as well if you've got
Satsuma,
scurvy.
baby.
Yeah.
No,
And by the
What's
way,
that?
we are well into this, everybody. I might as well. go
My
ahead and play
favorite
it now.
time. It's story time.
Story time.
Forgive me for organically going into it, Eric.
Yeah, I know, right? What the
So
and we're not military veterans or veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
yeah, we stream live recently
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Twitch and YouTube. So the citrus fruits contain natural antihistamines, therefore it's good. It calms it down. So I've been eating fruit every morning. You know those little pots that you get in, like,
All
Tesco
right, yeah,
Express,
like
you know,
Del Monte.
just
fruit
little
pots or
little
whatever they
things.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
just
get
I
you.
just get like where you get a mixture of different fruits. I was like, well, I'll try that, and that seems to be working for me. And they, it's,
Yay.
You do sound 100% better than
No,
you
I
did the other week.
but it also coincided when it started raining as well. So I don't know
Yeah,
whether
that's
it's the
that.
rain or the fruit. But yeah, I was rough. Thursday, I was
Dead Prez had a song where they were talking about in their first album. They had a song called "Be Healthy," which is all about no Excedrin. Let food be your medicine. So it sounds like you're doing the same thing that Pan-Africanist revolutionary rap group Dead Prez
but
says.
if you had a rash though, I'd be like, just get some fucking cream. Don't eat
Yeah,
an
go
apple.
to the doctor.
You know what I mean?
Go to the doctor.
Eat an
Yeah.
avocado or something. I don't know. What
If your teeth start falling out and
Yeah.
bleeding,
Yeah.
Go to the
go to
dentist.
the doctor.
Yeah.
Or the dentist,
Yeah.
either or.
Do something.
Well, I don't know that a doctor can help you much if your teeth are falling out.
Well, there could be an underlying medical condition rather than, a dentist.
Yeah, the
thing.
dentist would need to
Okay,
deal with.
I'm gonna nip this in the bud. This is boring. So
Oh yeah, go back to the story about you eating fruit because that was just riveting.
Wow, I've got a story.
Wait a minute, Chinny's not done. Go ahead.
Is he not done? I thought he was done.
all I was
That's
gonna say
not-
was that on Thursday morning I thought I was dying of hay fever still, and then I started filming, and then I filmed some interviews and literally like in the space of 10 minutes I went from, oh my god, I want to rip my face off, to the hay fever is gone, and it's been gone since.
Good.
Yay!
That is good news.
I hope that continues to be the case.
Yes, but it won't. But I
Yeah.
hope so.
Well, we
But
hope so.
yeah, I've got a story.
Okay, Stu, hit us with your story. Go ahead.
Well,
Let's hear this.
you know that their Xbox conference and all those games that are coming out.
Oh, by the
Is
way,
this a
I haven't watched.
gaming-related
I've
story?
I've watched
It
very
is.
little of E3. I've
Totally
caught some
gaming-related.
headlines.
What's wrong with you, Chinny?
I don't.
Chinny.
I
you didn't
don't
really
know.
miss much. Go ahead, Stu.
So all these day one games coming on Game Pass
Yes,
and all this
they're
cool
gonna come
stuff
to Game
that's
Pass. Yes.
they're all coming to Game Pass. So I was like,
Yes.
so I bought an Xbox Series S.
Oh,
Oh my god. I am the first of us to buy
Oh
the next gen
my
console.
God.
Damn, you heard it here first, people.
I did. I've been and bought one. I've been and bought
Stu.
one. I know. I've kept it real quiet.
Stu.
I didn't post anything on Twitter.
Wow.
I'm
Okay,
not
now
putting
wait.
stuff
Here's the
on
question
Facebook.
then, and I'm going to give you a drum roll before you say this. Okay.
Okay.
So
okay.
the question is, what was the first game you played on this new next gen console? Here comes the drum roll. You ready?
Yeah.
That's your drum roll.
When a tempo isn't specified, any reasonable person would default to lento.
Right, you ready?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You're
That's the
welcome,
worst
Amar.
drum roll ever.
It's
You
a great
ready?
Drum roll.
Yeah.
Yes. What
It
is it?
was.
You want a real drum roll? I could give you a real
No,
drum roll
it's
if you
fine,
want.
It's fine, honestly.
Okay, here comes the real drum roll.
Okay.
No. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Jesus Christ. Battlefield Bad Company, of course. I was like,
Oh yeah.
it's a classic, man.
I'm gonna play that on a next gen so you
Yeah,
can
fuck
see all
that
the
shit. Let's see how
blips
good
and
this looks
glaps.
on the next gen console.
That is
This
honestly.
game from 10 years
I feel
ago.
like everybody who plays a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X or something, they go, "Yeah, I just played Warzone." Like they're just
Yeah,
playing the
Battlefield
same
Bad Company,
thing.
man. Why
Ratchet
not?
and Clank, man.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah,
Ratchet
man.
and Clank does look
There's
good. The
there's
new
a
one,
new Ratchet and Clank which looks good.
there's a new Ratchet and Clank. Yeah.
Destructive.
It made me want to play the
buildings,
old ones, so I'm gonna go get it for the emulator. Anyway,
cheesy dialogue.
have you played any new games on
Yes,
this
I
new
have, I
console?
have, I
Okay,
have.
what have you?
So,
I
hold
guess
on.
we're gonna wait to get to that when we get to the story
Whoa,
time.
record
I'll
scratch.
get to what I've been playing later.
Hold on, we
Let's
just-
talk about the
We
console.
just want to let's not skip over this. Now, I haven't been paying. I've caught the headlines of E3.
Okay,
right?
okay. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Basically, the Microsoft and Bethesda thing was okay, but who
Yeah.
knows? Nintendo had some stuff about Metroid and Breath of the Wild, and everything else was pretty much garbage. I get it.
The new Battlefield looks good.
Sure it does, but
Yeah,
it
it
was just a
does.
bunch of
It
fucking
does.
glory kill trailer nonsense.
Well, yeah, I know
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
why isn't everything available on the PC?
Yes, it is. But,
But-
and here's the big but.
Well, I know you've got one.
uh-huh.
Chitty's back, everybody. Strap in. We're gonna have a
Back
laugh.
in the room. Back in the room. By the way, talking to jokes, I'll get on to that in a second. Did you hear the best dad joke for Father's Day? Have you heard
I don't know. You
the
better
best
tell
dad
us.
joke for Father's Day? So a bloke hires a limo. Okay, and he says, how much?
A limo?
I know, a limo.
Oh, there's more. I think.
He says, how much is that? He says, £400.
What?
£400. I know, £400 for a limo. So anyway, they
Crazy.
deliver the limo, and then the driver gets out and starts walking off. So the bloke goes, "Oi, what are you doing?" He said, "Well, you don't get a driver." He said, "Well, I paid £400 and I have nothing to show for it."
Ah, chauffeur.
Anyway,
I don't get
that's the
it.
worst.
What you paid £400, you got nothing to show for it.
He has nothing that comes of it. Like he
So what's the
can't-
joke? That's
Yeah,
just
don't-
terrible.
Because
Like,
the joke is that he
Terrible.
doesn't have a driver now.
He doesn't have a driver.
so like,
Yeah.
that's just a sad story, really.
It's terrible.
It is a sad story, but
Terrible
you laugh
story.
at his misfortune.
Why don't you just
Terrible
say,
story.
"Man fell over and cracked his head open"? That would be a
I
better
know.
Because
joke.
that didn't
Should just-
happen. That never happened. You can't make up a story about
Yeah,
something
you can't
that
make
never
up a
happened.
story, man. unless
This
it's
guy
true.
actually rented a car.
He did £400, man.
So
And he had
Stuart,
Are we
nothing-
ready to start talking
no,
about
no,
video
Stu,
games
you,
now?
was- you
Anyway,
was
what?
talking about something.
Yeah. So what happened was, right? I was watching.
Fucking hell.
I was watching the E3 Xbox thing, right? And I'm like,
Thank God you can see the video
I
on this, because
can-
otherwise,
Oh, my-
I can play most of these games on the PC, but here's the rub.
there's
here's the
one
rub,
of
right?
them that you couldn't.
In the summer in this conservatory, it's fucking hot, right?
So
And-
rather than buy a fan,
well,
he bought a
listen,
new console.
Listen, there is another problem as well. We have a south-facing garden, so by about 10 o'clock in the morning, the sun's shining straight in, and you can't see fuck all on the screen.
if only
It's
you had
coming
some
out.
sort of drapes you could put
Oh,
over the
whatever.
window.
Right? I've
Stu.
got blinds, but it's bright.
Stu.
It's very bright in
I
here.
have blinds, but it's too
But-
Stu, be a
Yes.
man and just suffer the
And
consequences.
then in the winter, it's fucking freezing in
Why
this
on
room.
earth do you have this horrible room that is
I know,
horrible
fucking
in the summer?
freezing,
It's
right?
horrible in the
Oh, it's
winter.
horrible, man. Horrible.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I have
every
this lovely
Sunday
home
he
that
manages-
sucks to be
I
in.
know,
Every
I know,
Sunday-
it's not too bad.
At 9 o'clock, he manages to sit in there for 2 hours, gassing
Well,
to
it's
us.
not too bad at this time. It's not too bad at this time. It's
Stu,
slowed
you
down a
can do
bit.
the
I'm
podcast.
opening
We
my
live in a
lemon
room
San
good for work.
Pellegrino.
And you've never seen this before, but in the winter I'll have a blanket on me, so you'll see a
Millie,
blanket.
I'm going to put your art in this room where I hate to go
But
into
anyway,
because it sucks.
I know. Well, we are going to get it. We are going to get it demolished and made into a proper extension at some point in time. When we're
Oh,
done.
are you?
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
Well, that
Yeah.
Are you
was-
going to have?
First
Is
First
it
we,
going
had
to
to,
be two
first we had to get the
stories?
deck with the outdoor pizza oven. That was the priority.
Are you going to
Yeah,
have
that's a
two
big thing.
stories? Or is it just going to be?
No, no, no. This is just going to be a single. This is going to be the dining room.
So you're going to have
So
to
you're not
like.
going to add another story.
My
Hold on.
favorite time.
No.
No, wait. So if that's
What?
going to be your dining room,
Yep.
then where
What
are
are
you
you
going
gonna
to
do with your dining
podcast
room?
from?
I have no clue. That hasn't been discussed. Kay's like
That's
adamant. This is
fitting,
going
'cause
to.
Hey,
Virginia-
So this is
Stu.
the thing, and all my DJ shits in here. I don't know.
Stu, you're gonna
We'll
have to
figure it
kick.
out.
You're gonna have to kick Millie out pretty quick.
Fucking
Wait
hell,
a minute,
I'm
wait a
telling
minute. You
no.
have a dining room now, right?
No.
Why don't you just
Yeah,
make
we have
that
it
into
now.
your new conservatory?
No, we have a dining kitchen, so we have
Yeah.
a
Oh, I
half
see.
sit down. So what's
Okay.
going to happen is this will be the dining room,
You're going to make a shed in the back, aren't you?
and
You're just
then
gonna
what's
throw a
currently
shed
the
up
dining
near your
kitchen will be
deck.
just one massive kitchen.
Yeah.
so that's
I
going to be a
gotcha.
big massive kitchen.
What is it? What is it with men just needing a box room? I don't know.
I don't know. I need another
like,
room.
I
women
don't
are
need it. We
fine.
just happen to have it, so I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll take this
Just
big
the-
cavernous
like
space.
yeah, but like men just need a fucking room. I don't know what it is.
well, according to Virginia Woolf, women need a room of their own.
Do
So
they?
anyway,
I
here's
think
the
humans.
thing.
I think people. I don't think it's men. I think people need a room. Every
I
person needs a
want-
room.
I want-
George Carlin said it's for a place for your stuff. What do you want?
A place for your stuff. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
But
right, are we ready
anyway,
to talk about video
No,
games?
I'm not even fucking finished yet. You're not fucking finished. So ultimately, I was like, I want to when I play 12 minutes, I
Yeah.
want to be sat on my comfy sofa playing it because
Yes.
for whatever reason you can't stream using your like Steambox, so I can't
sake.
stream
Oh,
fucking
jeez.
Microsoft games using Steambox. I'm like,
I wish I was dead.
yeah. So anyway,
I wish you
I'm
were
gonna
dead as
fucking
well.
sit in my living room
Yeah, I get that a
on
lot.
my comfy sofa, to play some
Yes.
cool games. And Back for Blood. Of
It's a long
course,
way of saying it's hot in that room. You want to play it in the living room.
Well, there is that, but also I want to play Back for Blood online with everyone who's going to have an Xbox.
No one. You haven't got
There
any
you
friends
go.
though, Stu.
I'm playing on the PC though. Who's playing on the? Is it cross-platform?
I have no
Probably.
clue.
Probably.
It better be.
I haven't got enough.
Um,
I haven't got enough friends though because I've lost my old gamer tag and I have no idea how to get it back.
You'll be fine. You've
shout
got
out
that
Stinky
DJ now.
Poo, Scott Patton, Ian Williams, XJ Ryder. What?
You've got
And
a
everybody who
DJ
hasn't
no.
talked in the chat yet.
You've got a DJ No Clue Xbox gamer tag, haven't you?
No, I've got some old thing. It's the boss #1. It was just a one I'd made up at some
okay.
point in time.
Well,
So I'm just using that.
whatever.
That's what I use.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Write down your passwords.
I need more friends, man, because I don't have any on Xbox.
So when
I
is
used
that
to have
Back for Blood
lots.
out? Is that out soon?
It's not that long actually. I think it's about sort of.
Is it?
Is it
thought it
August,
was-
September?
Another
time?
question.
Yeah,
I've got a
late summer,
follow-up
summer.
question. Is Back for Blood
Yes.
out on previous generation consoles?
That I don't know. That I don't know.
Type.
I assume it probably
It
is.
probably is.
It looks like it would run on a calculator, to be honest.
Yes, according to Google, it is.
Then what is
So-
the point of buying new stuff?
Because I haven't got an Xbox at
One.
all, have I? I haven't got any Xbox.
I got like 3 in this house.
I haven't got any. I
And
haven't
the
got
release
any
date is
so
October
far.
12th of 2020.
I'll tell you what though.
Or 12th of October if you're weird.
Yeah, go on.
Those Xbox Series S's are fucking tiny.
Yeah, they're little cereal
It's
boxes.
flipping
aren't
little, but it's deceiving because it weighs a fucking shit ton.
they? Yeah.
It's this tiny box that's like made of lead.
It's like
It's just the weirdest thing.
Thor's
Honestly,
brick.
It's
There you go.
fucking heavy. It's way heavier than you could have possibly
There's
imagined.
a lot of shit in there, Stu.
There must be, man, because it's a fucking heavy device, but it's great. Do you know what one of my favourite things about it is?
It's
Battlefield
it's-
Bad Company.
it's-
No.
Did
I'll
it?
tell you what my favourite thing is. With like the PS5, you can do like rest mode and you can pick up in a game wherever you were last playing.
Yes, correct.
On the Series S, you can have up to 5 games running at the same time. And you can do quick resume on any of them, so you can just switch between
Yeah,
games
you know that
on
quick
the fly.
that quick resume
good.
stuff though. I like.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work very well because it signs you out because if you're connected online and
No, you can even unplug the console, so you can
You
literally
can throw
unplug
it in the river and it'll
can
still
unplug
bring
it
you
from
back
the
on the place
electric.
where you were.
and it still remembers where
You
can
could have a
smash it.
horse kick
I-
you in the face.
You
and
could
you'd
You
be
can,
like,
and it
"Oh,
fucking
fuck."
you
still
could
not
take it
work.
apart. You could take it apart
Yeah.
and put
You
it
can
back
even do
together.
it-
It still
You could
works.
have aliens
You can
disintegrate it, and
fucking
it would
do.
still be like, "Here's your
It
You
would
game."
can
still
switch
fucking
it off
work.
and then switch on original Xbox from 2001 and
I
it
think
still
we're
works.
done with this story.
It's
Where are
like
you
the
going?
Toyota
Story time's
Hilux
over,
of
isn't it?
consoles. That's what that is.
What you been playing?
Need more water.
Just for the audio listeners, me and Stu just saw Duke run.
He did run. I've just said him run.
Well, I wouldn't describe it as a run.
I reckon
run.
he probably burnt more calories there than he has all year. A bit like me, really. Talking of which, while he's away, we haven't started talking about fucking. I've been on holiday this week,
Oh, have you?
and I fucked myself up because on the first day, we went to Bolton Abbey. Have you heard of Bolton Abbey?
Bolton Abbey.
Yeah, Bolton Abbey.
It sounds
It's
like a really shit
No, it's a
upstairs,
nice-
downstairs drama on
No, it's a nice place. In Yorkshire.
ITVB.
Nice place in Yorkshire. And we walked from Bolton Abbey to the Strid, which has a lot of hills, and walked 10 miles. And by the time we
I'm
got to the holiday
Cool.
cottage, I could fucking barely walk.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a good idea on the first day of your
I
holiday.
got my
Bolton.
enormous briar patch water bottle. Here we go.
Here we go. Right.
There we
What
go.
we've been playing. I'm going to go first because I've got an Xbox Series S, just saying.
Wow.
Ooh.
Good for you.
I will talk about something I did play, which is new, and another reason I bought one.
Okay.
Because I saw
Sex or
like, some
chocolate?
gameplay of this, I was like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Though. Maybe
Oh,
I should
good.
play that again. Which is Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh,
Oh snap!
Oh, me,
Oh,
right, I'm
baby.
like, strapping people because this fucking game
Japan.
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
One of the very first missions, right? He
You,
does
as a
this
combat
sort of
summon
like
indie pound ma-
misdirection stuff at the beginning where you think you're going to do like sort of some serious shit out, right? And that's literally what happens because it's like essentially there's something going down at this restaurant or whatever. So like get yourself over there to sort it out. And I get myself over there and the toilet's blocked and you have to go and buy a plunger for them to unblock the toilet. And he's like, what? I'm
So
a
the first
Yakuza."
mission in this Japanese gangster game
Yeah,
is
yeah.
to buy a plunger to unclog
Yeah.
a toilet.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have to go and get a plunger to unblock.
and people
the
ask me
said
why I
toilet.
don't like it.
It's just like GTA.
It,
Why?
it
How
should
can you
be
not
me
like it?
saying,
brilliant.
"Why the fuck do you like it?"
I know. And then the next mission is, oh, such and such a body needs help. You better go over there. So I got over there, and some drunk woman was falling about in a bar, and you had to help her sit back on the stool.
Excellent,
Oh,
excellent.
that sounds like a lot of fun.
It
just
was.
keeps coming.
It was. And then the next mission involved this big, massive dude who you had to beat the shit out of. So things got a bit better.
Now you're talking.
But then you didn't take the money off him because you felt sorry for him because it turned out his mum was in hospital and he got this loan to pay off all the hospital bills. So you kind of let him off. And I'm like, what sort of Yakuza
Well,
is this
I don't want
person?
to let him off for that. You know who
Exactly,
you
it's
were
like,
doing
fuck
when you
your
were
mum.
borrowing the money? I
If
thought
she
they had
dies,
some sort of
whatever.
universal health care in Japan.
Yeah, I'm Yakuza, man. I fucking take your money, whatever's happening.
Yeah, really. They're
Yeah.
giving the Yakuza a bad name. People are going to be
I
like,
know.
I can take advantage of these people. Ha ha ha. I just got to give them a sob story about my mom being in the hospital.
It was just way
Sorry,
too
being
nice.
in
It's
hospital.
just too nice to be a Yakuza.
Hey, Stu,
Yeah, really.
I got a question
Mm.
for you. You know, you give Back for Blood a load of shit for looking wank.
Yeah, it does look a bit wank.
Yakuza looks like
It looks fucking amazing. What are you talking about?
it looks
this is in
shite.
full fucking everything, man. This is HDR, 20 million 80p.
HDR, shit.
Fucking looks amazing.
looks
what are you talking about?
Wank.
It looks amazing. Anyway, the biggest change in this game and what put me off, which is why I've never played it, is they've got sort of turn-based combat like a
That's
proper
the one.
JRPG.
And doesn't he like Dragon Quest in this game? Isn't that the thing as well?
Yeah, that's why you've got it, because he's a massive Dragon Quest fan, which he
just
points
walks
out at me in
around
the
just
Did
beginning.
they
talking about
work
Dragon
with the
Quest, yeah.
developers for Dragon Quest, or are they just giving nods?
I
to it?
have
No, they
clue.
literally say he loves Dragon
He
Quest.
does. The character's like, I love Dragon Quest because there's this. It is actually quite funny. One of the big battles you have, your partner's like, "Why do you always take damage? Why do you always take damage?" And he's like, "Well, you know, in Dragon Quest, you have to take a bit of damage before you do the final finishing move and all this stuff." So he has like a reason why you're doing turn-based combat. It is quite funny. But so far, so good. It's not at the moment. I'm guessing it might get more complicated as I get further into the game. But at the moment, the combat's fine. I'm actually okay with it at the moment. I have played
So,
turn-based.
so
games,
according to
but not a lot.
Wikipedia, the gameplay style changed from the traditional real-time combat into a turn-based RPG following an April Fool's joke in
Yeah,
2019.
yeah, it was.
Sega received permission from Dragon Quest creator Yuji Horii to mention Dragon Quest in the game, which was Ichiban's favorite game. The series creator said the new style of logo was done to reflect his drifting personality, blah, blah, blah. How about that?
Yeah, it is cool. This whole game was an April Fool's.
I guess
Not
so.
just the combat, everything was an April Fool's. And then like everyone was like, this looks really cool. So they made it.
Wow,
So
that's
it became a real
nuts.
game. It is, it's cool though. But yeah, it's totally
It's almost
fucking-
like they've run out of ideas.
Well, no, they've reinvented themselves. What are you talking about?
Oh, if they're going to do the same thing from now on, yes, that's what it is. But otherwise,
Why don't
no,
we,
they
um,
just ran out of ideas.
Why don't we make a Yakuza game that actually makes sense? Get the fuck out of here. Get the
Now
fuck
who
out.
would do that?
Then that's the meme where the person's flying out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest, it would no longer be a Yakuza game, would it, if that was the case? I mean, don't get me wrong, this starts like every other Yakuza game, so something real
Badly,
real serious
badly.
shit goes down, right? Where you're like, fucking hell, that was a bit like heavy. And then the next thing you're getting a sink plunger for someone, it's just
Yes.
Yakuza for you.
Okay.
There is a female character in this game who has
Oh my god, a female character!
know.
What?
who carries around a handbag on her back and does a finishing move called the powder puff. Where she,
It's
where
nice
she
to know that they're
sprays
really woke. These
Yeah.
developers.
Yeah, they're catering to
Sprayed
that
a
female
powder
audience. They're
puff
really eager to let
in
them
the
into
face.
mainstream.
Yeah, so look, so far I'm actually quite enjoying it. So yeah, it's good. It's totally good. It looks
Alright, I'm
great,
glad
by
to
the
hear
way,
it.
on the Series S. It looks pretty amazing.
No, it doesn't.
It does look fucking amazing. It does. Yeah, it looks great. No, Back for Blood looked fucking shit. It looked
Anyway,
proper low.
anything else to say about this game? Or you just want
No,
to
it's
start bad
great.
mouthing other games that you
Yeah, I'm
like?
just gonna badmouth Back for Blood, even though I want to play it.
I don't know. You're arguing with yourself, Stu. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah, really.
I don't know what to
nobody's
do.
really arguing
I
with
don't
you
know what to
about
do. I
other
feel
ones.
like I should be like, oh yeah, it's fine. Ooh.
Okay, so somebody else is going to talk then.
Yeah, someone else
Uh,
talk.
Why don't I go? Because Jenny, I expect you don't have as much. You've been working real
I've,
hard.
I've only got.
Or is that
the-
not fair? Do you want to go
What do
next?
you mean he's not been on the show for 2 weeks? He'll have loads of stuff to talk about.
That's not true. But
No,
I
I
have
know it isn't.
played one game.
One game.
Well, why don't I go and then you can go? So
Yeah,
that-
yeah, you better go. Go.
Okay, I want to
That's
talk
right.
about the game that Stu recommended that we all play. Did you play this
Yeah, I
one,
haven't
Mike?
got to-
No.
Yeah, should play that.
Okay,
game.
well then Stu and I can talk about this one.
we can. I've played
So it's
this
called
game.
The Smuggler.
It
It's
is.
an indie game which I couldn't find a Let's Play, so I don't know that there's any video footage for it.
All right, I'll have a
It's
look.
totally free, by the way. Let's just
It is
point
totally
out.
free,
That's
but
probably
for a
why
limited
you
time,
can't-
apparently. Like it's the website is itch.io. It's on .io something.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
that's where I
Send it
get
on-
most of these crappy free games from.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So basically, it's a game where you're running around like a city and you're hijacking things, you're putting skimmers on ATMs, you're looting around in cars and trying to find things. And I must say that when I played this thing, the main thing I wondered was, what the fuck is wrong with you, Stuart? How the fuck is you? Are you out of your mind? Okay, here's the thing. There are a number of steps that had to go down in order for this to appear in front of me on my computer. First, somehow it got in front of Stu's face.
It
Some
did,
person
it
said you should play this,
It
or
did,
somehow
it
it
did,
came in front
it
of him.
did.
And then he said, "Oh, that looks good. I'll give it a shot." And so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
installed it on his computer.
I did,
And
I
then he
did.
played it.
I
And
did.
then he said, "This is great. I should get Stu and Duke to play. I should get Jimmy and Duke to play
Yeah,
this."
they should play this.
And they sent the link out with a straight face. I mean, it's on WhatsApp, so I don't know. But ironically, we should play this. And I stupidly went in, and then the website had the nerve to say limited time only, download for free.
Limited.
And I'm
That's
like,
'cause it's
"All right, well,
good."
if they normally charge for it, I guess. Then and then you just put you in this thing. The controls are a nightmare. You're just walking around like some 4-bit. It's not even 8-bit. It's like a 4-bit rendering
I
of.
thought it
It's
looked
like if
quite good, actually. I
Wolfenstein
thought
3.
it-
Oh,
I
it does
thought-
not look good.
Yeah,
You
the
cannot
background
take the
looked
piss out of
fine.
Back for Blood and then talk about
It
this
looked
game looks good.
fine.
It does not look fine. I mean, look, for one person doing it as an indie game, okay, I'll give him his
Exactly,
flowers. But that doesn't mean that it looks good. It means it looks good compared to other games made by one person.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Then the question is, how does it control? Like a
Yeah,
garbage
yeah.
truck. It stinks and it's clumsy and it's terrible. And what are you supposed to be doing?
It doesn't tell
Nobody
you
has
anything.
no idea what you're supposed to be
There's
doing.
no
so there's a
tutorial
help.
at all.
There's a button that says help. So you click that and there's this wall of text, like no
tells you
paragraph
nothing.
breaks.
It doesn't
That's
tell you
great.
anything.
And it says the idea of the game is based around looking in containers. So I guess I'm supposed to go to this trash can and look in trash can. Okay, nothing. You found.
You got to
nothing.
level
Oh,
yourself up first.
How am I supposed to do? Chinny, you know how when you play Grand Theft Auto, it says ride this bike, carjack this person, do this mission, then you level up and you can buy better guns and stuff. This game
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
tell you anything except when you try to pickpocket someone, it goes, you have to be level 40 to pickpocket this person.
It does
What
say
the
that.
fuck? Ridiculous, horrible garbage.
know
What
what?
is wrong with you, Stuart? Why would you recommend this?
Do you know what was the most disconcerting thing? Is that
The
there's no
fact that you recommended this
No.
stinking turd?
that there's no background sound until you do something. There's no noise at all.
Yeah,
There's no
that
music.
is the worst part of the game.
was just a
Absolutely.
bit
The fact that it's
weird.
not fun and it's stupid.
Oh my god. I knew it was a good idea recommending
There
this
isn't
game.
any footage of
What
this.
were you thinking?
I don't
Seriously.
know. Well, it was free, and I'm like, it should be fun to talk
It's free.
about.
There's a lot of
And
free
it has.
games that we could be
Let's
playing.
be honest, it has been fun to talk about.
Well, I'm glad you had fun. I
I've
had
had
fun.
a lot of fun listening to you talk about this
See,
game.
Duke, you
Totally.
listening to Stu is where you went wrong.
I guess so. But
Oh.
see, I wanted to be a team player. I wanted
Yeah,
to be like,
I'm impressed
especially
you
since he had
played it.
given me a bollocking the previous week. He ain't playing anything. He ain't playing anything. So I'm like, all right, I'll do this. I'll be a friend to the Stuart.
I have got another one for next week. I will send that to you, but I think you'll like this one. Can I just say because?
No,
right,
I'm. Well, you
It's a
you wasted your shot.
It's a mobile game and it's a
So?
score attack game, so we can see
So?
who can get the highest score on
Nope,
this thing.
I'm not doing it.
Let's do it. Go
I
on.
got the highest score for this
Trust
game.
me
because
this
I
time.
played
Trust
it-
me
no,
this time,
yeah.
dude. Just trust
That's
me.
not how trust works, Stuart.
Trust me on this.
If I say give me $5 and I'll bring you $20 next week, and then when it's
Yeah,
time
yeah.
for me to pay you your $20, I stab you in the eye. I don't get to then go give me $5. Trust me this time.
No, trust me this
Because
time.
you're
trust
not
me.
gonna give me
I'll send you.
$5.
I'll send you the game, right? And I guarantee you're gonna
You
like
send me
it.
all you want. I'm not playing it. I promise
I
you, I will
guarantee
not
you'll
play
like
it.
it.
I promise. I'm
I
not.
promise you'll like it.
It doesn't matter. You can promise whatever you want. You're like Bender promising calculus
It's
on the
free-
Oscar.
it's another
and you
free game,
guarantee
right?
me
What
the
have you gotta
Oscar.
lose?
I'll guarantee you anything you want.
What have you got to lose? It's free.
More of my precious time,
No,
which
you
is what I
like-
lost
can I
on this
just
smuggler
say-
garbage.
Kind of just like you like balls, didn't you? You like balls.
That
on-
doesn't matter. I like GTA, and this game likens itself to GTA. Which
Oh
is,
no!
by the way,
it's a lot grittier than
Chinny
that.
is not putting the game. This is not the smuggler game that we're talking
This
about.
is
No.
not
He
the
just got
smuggler
bored,
game.
so he started playing this worm game.
What is this called? I can't even remember what this is
Slither
called.
IO.
Oh, Sliver.io. No, everybody
Because I
played it at
mentioned
one point.
IO, so he's like, "Oh, I'll go to IO."
That's what it
Anyway,
was.
Chinny, why don't you talk about a video
Yeah,
game?
Chinny, talk about.
Oh,
a
I've
game
just
that's,
got to like 1,000 length. Okay.
Well, it's time to stop.
Fine. I'll die.
stop.
Okay.
If only you had an Xbox Series J. and
Yeah,
we
you could have
freeze
just
it for you.
suspended play.
So I did my play my game, bitch.
Oh god, I
Oh,
can't even remember
snap,
what it
that's time to
was.
play that
What was it?
thing.
Oh god.
Yeah, bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad. Ian went and did it now. Ian Williams said, having the visual of Duke waving his arms around like a madman adds so much to the podcast. I'm
Yeah,
glad
totally
to
worth
give you
it,
that
man.
extra benefit. And
Totally
Stinky
worth
Poo's been
it.
playing the Division 2. I really like the Division 2, so I hope you're enjoying that. Stinky
Ugh.
Poo. And
Anyway.
he shouted out, by the way, I didn't say earlier, Nimbus X Part 6 is out, people.
It
There's
is.
one more to go. We're almost done with the whole thing.
Oh
Yes.
my
Well, thanks to everybody
God.
who's been along for the ride. Part 6 is out. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll like it. Chinny, tell us about Eat, Serve, Delicious.
Cook Serve
Yes.
Delicious, it's called.
Cook, Serve, Delicious.
So yes, this is the feature where I play a game recommended by Eric or Stuart.
It was me
2
this
weeks
time.
ago, Eric recommended Cook Serve Delicious. Cook Serve Delicious is around about 7 years old. It's an old game. It's on Steam, and I don't think it costs a lot, does it?
No,
Dude,
it's
no.
probably cheap. There's two other versions of
Yeah.
it. They've had 2 sequels since then.
Yes. So
But it's a
essentially,
cooking game.
the easiest way to describe it is it's pretty much overcooked, one player overcooked on your keyboard.
And you're not moving around.
And you're not moving around. Instead, you've it's kind of like typing for the dead in a
Yeah,
way,
a little bit.
because instead of killing zombies, you're just like pressing the orders, and then you need to put ranch and cheese, and you need to press like
Yep.
R and C.
And it's right. It's a little tricky because ranch will be R, but then like if they want regatta cheese, then you have to do C for
Yeah,
instead of R,
it's a
which
bit
you would
weird.
think because ideally everything would be its first letter.
well, there's one I forgot. Like it's like chips or something, and
Mhm.
they're fried chips or tortillas. I
Yeah.
don't know what they are, and you fry those, and then they come with sugar.
Yeah.
And you press S for sugar, but then when you do fries, you press A for salt, and that throws
Yeah.
you off.
Right.
Um, Duke, it's a hit.
Oh my God! It's a
my
hit!
God.
Yay!
We haven't had many of them.
Don't
I'll be
have many of
honest.
them. I
I'm glad you like
really,
it. It is fun, isn't it?
I really didn't think I'd like it that much. I thought it would be kind of crappy and
Yeah.
shitty, and it kind of is really, but in a good way.
Well, it's
Uh,
kind of like
It's simple.
Papers, Please with food,
It's
isn't
it's
it?
simple.
It's simple, and like the what do you call it? The buzz system. So
Yeah.
if you serve too much of the same food over and over again every day,
People get bored.
the buzz of the place will go down because people are getting bored. And certain, if you cook certain foods, they give off certain odors, and that people don't like that because I think this is a calf in a tower block or something.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
one wants
something like
fishy smells, do they,
Stuff
in the
like that.
tower block?
Um, so yeah, I was actually getting like better at it as well. I was like, oh, and I was enjoying it. I was really liking it. So
Wow.
Yeah.
it got to the hour, and I played for another 20 minutes.
Oh, that's
Oh,
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So I wasn't. Yeah, I'd play it again, Duke.
Play
So-
it again?
Yeah,
Oh my
I'd play it
God.
again.
there-
Yeah.
Like I said, there's
Impressive.
2 sequels. You might like those.
So
Although I feel like they kind of suffered a little from feature creep in the second and third one. I felt like this one was good because it was kind of simple. Although, people come in and they have different orders. So like they want a baked potato, they want it with just butter, or they want it with butter and sour cream. You have to like make it to their order and stuff. And
yeah.
some of it's prep and some of it's. And so what they did with the second one is they added prep stations. So like you bake a whole lot of potatoes, and then when the people come in, you just okay, it's you can do it more quickly when they actually show up, but you have to keep those prep stations stocked.
Right.
In a real kitchen, you have one person doing prep and one person doing the order.
Correct.
Right? It's hard to do it when it's all you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's where he could have done with multiplayer at that point, surely.
I guess. Mm.
I guess
Bit
so.
of
It
multiplayer.
might be that there is. I don't know.
No, but I like it. I actually, I did a full day where I got everything, all the orders through. I didn't mess one up, and I think I did one average order. I think I burnt it a little bit.
Yeah, that's not a big deal, really, but it feels like.
Yeah, but like I did out of 50, I did 49 perfect. So I was
That's good.
quite
Yeah, it
pleased
is
with
good.
that.
And
This
it's,
is
you get like certain rewards for a day with no, bad orders and
Yeah.
just little things here and there. You can decorate the place eventually.
yeah. No, I like it. I think it's good. So cook serve delicious. It's not very deep or anything like that, but yeah, I do like it. I did play some Minecraft this week.
Yeah.
I think it was like Thursday night. I was tired, but we watched quite a bit of Modern Family on Netflix, and I just needed to do something else. So we ended up. So I said, I feel like sort of playing a bit of Minecraft. And you know what I discovered on Minecraft that I like doing is landscaping.
Okay.
Oh God.
I just like there's I like land to
Yep.
look
Neat,
not
tidy,
not neat, but
symmetrical,
sort of no
Aesthetically pleasing.
aesthetically pleasing.
intentional.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like
interesting word.
so for example, there's a bit in the main town in Minecraft. I don't think I can get in Minecraft at the moment.
Okay.
I don't know.
Careful, mobs are on.
Oh yeah, mobs. That's why
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
like
mobs are
playing
on.
on a weekend because the mobs are on.
Because
they-
you're scared.
I'm scared. But there's basically
Meanwhile, XJ Rider's been playing SnowRunner, and Lord has been playing Zombie.
I know I'm
Army
getting
4.
suggestions for my Xbox Game
Yeah,
Pass
there you go.
yeah.
games to play.
Yeah, I've heard about SnowRunner. Yeah. Anyway, there's an area like Undead Care Bear's massive hotel at the back of my.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
Statue.
definitely know that.
Next to it, there's a bit of land, and it's at the back of the village. You know, the big village that you start in, that where
Yep.
everything is, and it's not far from East Timor as well. There's a patch of area, and there's like a castle wall or something there. And I was just like, it all looks so messy. Do you know what I mean? It just all looks so messy. It's just random piece of land.
Well, it's
and
all thrown together. Yeah, a bunch of different styles.
it's just like whatever. It's just a patch of land that no one's done anything with, but because
Right.
Undead Care Bears built that hotel next to it, it doesn't quite look quite nice. And then
Right.
I don't know, it just all looked a bit messy. And I was like, I'm just going to tidy this a little bit and make it look more
Less
visually
messy.
yeah, just visually appealing. So I just I spent a lot of time just clearing it out, pretty much. And then what I'm going to do is add like some paths and some like a pond and trees and stuff. And I was like, I just really like moving the land around.
Put some
so-
flowers around it, make it
Yeah,
look nice.
but I haven't given up on my statue. Basically the only thing left to do on my statue is just to get diamonds and gold. So yeah, all donations of diamonds and gold are welcome. There is a
Yeah,
chest.
gratefully.
17 years he'll have it.
There is a chest
Yeah.
on the
Yep.
train station underneath the statue. There is a train station going up to the statue as well. Yeah, so I could probably work on the interior of the statue. That's probably something I could do. But yeah, I just needed something simple, and landscaping is very simple. I don't have to think.
So have you had many donations of gold
None.
and diamonds?
None.
None?
Well,
Stingy.
SLH donated me a bunch, and actually some other people donated me. But when I was asking on the show, but no, I
They've forgotten sins. If it's
mean,
out
they
of sight,
forgot-
out of mind.
they've forgotten who rules these lands.
I
You know, I've got a
think they
big,
have. I think-
big statue.
Have you
there.
not seen your fucking statue?
Exactly.
Yeah,
they
but
not
that's the thing
know
is that
who
people
the
only ever
deity-
paid tribute. People paid tribute to those things because if you didn't, you get your head cut off.
Correct.
You're not cutting anybody's head off, are you?
Well,
Not
I think
yet.
you should do that. Start doing that, Chinny. Maybe this will get some action.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
We're coming for
So
you.
I'm in the bloody game now.
Yeah, I think you should bloody do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it sounds
I
good.
so I managed to sort of sneak in a bit of Minecraft as well. But I only play it because it's just easy, you know, to just
Yeah,
switch your
you don't have
brain
to
off.
think about
and-
anything. You have to pay attention to a story.
Correct. Yeah.
I
So,
get you.
but yeah,
relaxing.
that's That's all I've been playing.
It's
really.
Minecraft. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
But
As
yeah,
we
you
know.
have you
As we
played
know.
any Minecraft, Stu? Have you been in?
Not for a while. I've been distracted with other stuff, as you know.
You need to get into Minecraft with your new Xbox.
I know, but then
you'll
I'd have
be
to
able
buy
run,
it
you'll be able
again.
to mine twice as
won't I?
fast.
I'll buy it again.
What did you
You
play
have
it
to
on
buy it
before?
again. You have it on your
I had it on
Steam account,
PC.
don't you?
No, I bought it on PC on the Mojang account. I don't know whether you can transfer that or not.
Well,
Hmm.
it should be if you're playing it. You should be able. You should have it under Microsoft account, which you can then log into on your.
Maybe.
Xbox.
I'll have to look.
So
So that's what I had to do.
I'm looking at
I'll
the
have to
land that
look.
I've tidied up, right, and it's not very impressive because it just looks like flat land.
Yes.
But like basically, I
You have
just dug it
plans
all there.
for it. When
Yeah,
you look at it, you see what it's going to be.
I just want someone to look at it and go, "Oh, somebody actually did stuff here. This is
It's going to be a giant football pitch.
this is
Ah, there you
man-made."
go.
Well, it's just I don't know who those Yoshi things are. I don't know who. I think is that,
I think didn't Mark Anix build those?
that's my
I feel like Mark Anix built those.
because East Timor's sort of to the right, and then you got
Yes,
this
and a
castle
great
thing
ball of
here,
fire.
and then a hotel thing there, and this patch of land was just doing nothing. So I was
I
just
have
gonna make
got
it look
I've
nice.
got stuck in that castle thing so many times and can't find the way out.
That's the thing. I'm not trying to tell people how to build in Minecraft, but I think that a lot of people don't put much attention into giving you an easy way in and an easy way out. Case in point, when Stuart first joined up, he was like, "Come to my place up in the mountain." I was like, "How do I get there?" He's like, "Just get up here." I'm like, "How the fuck do I get up there?" And then I had to build a staircase for people to find their way up.
Yeah, but
You're
it's
welcome.
perfect now.
Well, you're welcome, but that's the thing is
Yeah.
I think more people need to remember that
Yeah.
when people come to see your area, your build, there should be an obvious way in and an obvious way out.
Well, I'm not
mean,
a
you can
fucking
make-
master at building stuff in Minecraft.
I'm
in fact,
just
I'm
trying
very
to help people learn
not
as
a
they go.
master.
That's all.
Well, I'm
Very
just
nice.
what I'm working on in between my statue project is to just tidy things up. Just like there's this house when you start. There's this big stone house, and I added some wooden little features to it, and I'm gonna slowly just make it look prettier and prettier. Just make the world look better. Really,
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
just too much.
You're like the little tidying up fairy.
I'm
Going
like a
round
little sort of
sorting shit
maintenance
out.
guy
Yeah.
in Minecraft.
The janitor.
Yeah.
Man, now we got to get one of these for Chinny.
Stuart, stop whining about minor aesthetic details.
Yeah.
Chinny's the one
Definitely.
obsessing with minor aesthetic. You
I
clear
know, he's
out
not- he's-
grass. Look at him.
Yeah, he's not
He's
getting rid of
obsessive.
flowers though. Keep the flowers,
Well,
man.
he better not.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
get rid
Puts
of
them in a
flowers.
pot. Flowers in a pot is a nice way to do it.
Yeah, there you go, Chinny.
Yeah. All right. Enough with the mindlessly wandering and commenting on Minecraft.
Yeah.
Stu, what do you got?
I have because it's been Father's Day today.
Yeah.
I got to
Father's
choose
Day
what
all
to do
day.
because it's Father's Day, of course, and I'm a dad. So I
Right.
made Millie play some more It Takes Two with me,
Ah.
and we're getting to the end of this game. I think we're not very far from the end.
Okay.
We've played a fucking load of this game, and I keep thinking. I'll be honest with you, right? I keep thinking he's going. At some point, he must have run out of ideas. You know what I mean? Because every level is completely different to the last one you played, and he keeps coming up with these really interesting weapons that you have. And I
Okay.
keep thinking, you know what? At some point, he must have run out of original ideas, and it's going to get a bit boring towards the end, or the pacing's going to get a bit slow. But no, he just keeps fucking pulling these ideas out of his arse and going, why don't you do this now? And I'm just like, this. Honestly, the creativity in this game is just ridiculous. I haven't got bored once. Not once. There's been a couple of fiddly levels where I've gone, I didn't enjoy that the most. But then they're not on that long. You know what I mean? These levels come and go, and the next thing you're doing something else. And
Yeah.
like the final bit that we're doing now is so clever, and I don't want to give it away because it's it's getting
At
towards the
night.
end game.
Yeah.
But it's great. The voice acting's great. The dialogue's pretty cool. It's funny, and it's just creative. It's just like it's almost like you went, "What's the craziest stuff we can do?" and let's just do it. They just got on with it and just put all this stuff in this game because it's enormous. I reckon we're getting on for easily up to 10 hours of playtime, if not
That's
longer.
a lot of playtime.
We're on the very. I think we're on the very final bit that we have to do.
Mhm.
So hopefully this time next week, if I can pin Millie down for long enough, we might actually get this finished.
There you
But
go.
it's been phenomenal, honestly. Like I say, I kept thinking that at some point it was going to get a bit boring or things would get a bit like wearing. Or I'm like, oh God, I've played this enough now. But I'm not. I'm just like, we just keep on playing, and every time we complete a level, we're like, that were cool. You know, and what the other good thing he's done is he's mixed up the levels, so not every level's a boss fight. You know, he chucks those in there, of course, and they build up. You get mini bosses, and then obviously you get the big boss fight at the end. And even all of those boss fights have been different to each other. They are in the standard mold of 3 stages. You know, the standard boss fight 3 stage, and then like 3 stages of 3 stages. If that makes any sense, you know how boss fights were. You have to do 3 things 3 times or whatever, but in different ways. But yeah, it's been phenomenal. I can't recommend it enough. And in the news this week, they've sold 2 million copies now, which is just brilliant because everybody
Pretty
should
good for an
play
indie
this
game.
game. Yeah, everybody should play it. It's amazing. Can't recommend it enough. If you've got a friend or a partner, or even someone who's just got a mild, like, interesting games, they'll be pretty fine with this game. It's just amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. And it's going to take
So it's a
something
thumbs up
amazing.
from Stu.
Definitely, it's going to take something amazing to knock it off my game of the year potential. So we'll see what happens later on this year. But
Yeah.
up to now, it's at the top of the pile. Amazing.
There you go.
Yeah, Duke, back over to you.
Right. So Steam is having this thing that's going on for I think 1 or 2 more days called Next something Next. Hang on a second. Let me see what the actual title of it is. It's an event
Next
called
Fest, isn't it?
Next Fest. Yes, that's
Next
correct.
Fest.
Celebrating upcoming games all week long, 7 days, hundreds of demos, oodles of live streams. So nobody cares about the live streams, but they did have a lot of demos. So I dug in and played a bunch of these. Well, I played 3 of them. I've also been playing a lot of Rocket League and Red Dead Online, still doing the dailies. It's week 4, so I'm getting that 25 gold cents for every daily that I complete. And I finally got my
Nice.
moonshine to medium level in
Oh.
my shack so that I'm not wasting time doing deliveries. And here's the thing. I don't know if you know about this, Chinny, but all that free stuff that they have been throwing at us, a lot of those expired recently. So
Yeah.
all of my rewards were just gone, which included a bunch of free mash refills, which I was like, damn it, now I got to pay
Oh.
to make a batch of moonshine, which is going to sell for about how much it costs to do the mash. So I might as well not bother.
That's business.
That's business. But now that I've upgraded, I invest 50 and then I can make 100. So it's like, okay, if some of the moonshine gets damaged, which it always does, it tells you it'll sell for 140, and then you lose 2 bottles and it's like, oh, you only get $100 now. I'm like, that's not how fractions work, but whatever. The point is that, yeah, I'm making more money on the moonshine, and they gave a bunch more free mash refill coupons. So I'm like, sweet, let's do it. Yeah, but not much to report on Red Dead Online. The first demo that I played is called Terra Nil. And this is kind of a cross between SimCity and like a post-apocalyptic SimCity. I can't think of another game.
What
that
I
is a
want to
cross
know
between.
before you go on, Duke, is it better than The Smuggler? Just checking.
Yes.
All
I
right.
didn't immediately stab my eyes out because of the pain of playing it. So yes, you're basically you're reclaiming the wasteland, and you start by terraforming, and then you demolish the buildings and reclaim them in order to make an airship. It's kind of strange, and the idea is that you have to do this in stages by first putting up windmills to get electricity, and then within the area of the windmill you can create a soil detoxifier which covers a certain circular area. So you put maybe 2 of those, one on the north side of the windmill, one on the south, so you can cover the maximum possible territory. And then you can put these irrigators in an L shape or in a long strip, and that will take the detoxified soil and make it verdant, right? It'll turn it to grass. So that's your first round, is that you're doing that. And then the second round is you are creating biomes. So you set up, wetlands, or you set up flower land, or you set up forests, or whatever it is. And some of those wetlands have to be, or not the wetlands, but like the forests have to be set up on burned out ashes of old buildings. So you have to do these controlled burns, and they're not very controlled, because I did one and it just went everywhere and half the map burned down. Now that's okay, because in the rubble of where it burned down, you can create the forest or whatever. So the point is that it becomes like a puzzle game, because when you plant the windmills, you gain some of that green power. You just saw it fluttering toward the windmill. And then when you detoxify the soil, that costs some of that green power. But then you put the irrigation systems in and you gain green power. So it's this constant back and forth of trying to figure out how you're going to maximize green power by turning the map green, basically.
Right. Okay.
But the problem is that later on, it becomes more and more challenging because it's not clear when you reach the part of the map where you're filling in the dry riverbeds. You can put water pumps in them and create rivers, which is great. But it doesn't make clear that those rivers are going to have to be connected, because later on, when you're building your airship, you have to send this little boat around to pick up the stuff that you've reclaimed from the buildings after you destroy them. And if your river isn't connected, you have to create a new river, which costs green power. So I ended up getting stuck in this part of the demo because I ran out of resources, and all you can do is restart.
Right. Okay.
And it was really frustrating because that didn't really happen in SimCity, right? You can go into debt, but you can also avoid going into debt. You figure, I mean, and I suppose if I played this a few more times, I would figure out how to do it right. But the fact that you can't just say like, okay, I want to destroy this building and take its resources and put it back over here. You have to send a boat out through the river to do that. And it's kind of weak that you have to do it that way. So I think it has potential. I had fun playing the demo, although there was a bug at one point, which really annoyed me. And I posted on the Steam forum, and the developer actually said, yeah, we've had some complaints about that. We're working on fixing it. The only thing you can really do at this point is X, Y, and Z. And I was like, all right, whatever, that's fine. I'll give it a try. And I did, and it worked. So, I was able to get around the bug that way. But it really does require a level of planning and puzzle-minded
So I'm watching
steps.
whoever's playing this on screen. Did you do this much fiddling about?
Oh yeah. Because every time you move it, it says you're gonna gain 159 green, or you move it up a pixel or a block, and you're gonna only get 153. So you obviously want to put it where it's 159. But if you put it where it's 159, the next thing you build might overlap, or it might not. The electricity might not reach as far, or whatever it is. So that's what the game is all about. That kind of fiddling.
Right. I don't think I could be doing with that.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's got promise. It's actually pretty fun when you get going with it, but it's not, SimCity is just like play, go, woo. And this game is much more complicated than that. So.
Oh, it's mad. I mean, I guess for the people who like these fiddly games, who just want to spend hours fiddling, for want of a better phrase, I know I've said fiddling a lot.
That's the thing.
That's kind of what it is, isn't it?
It is satisfying when you finish. I mean, that's the thing. The more complicated a game like this is, the more satisfying it is when you do clear a level. SimCity, there's nothing to clear, right? You just keep building the city and building the city, and that's it. That's the whole game, which is fine. But this game has a satisfaction that comes with it when you do create an area, or you fill the map with 80% green. It's like, yes, I did it. But then the next part of the game builds on what you did the first part, and it's like, oh, I didn't do it correctly enough, which is annoying. So.
Right. But I guess that's the hook, isn't it? Then it's to try and do it again, but better the next time. I
guess, yeah. I mean, I think I'm glad I played the demo. I did have some fun with the demo. I might play the demo again because now I know a little more about how it works, but probably not.
Yeah, I guess you'll have to. Yeah, it obviously didn't hook you enough to potentially go, I'm going to buy this when it comes out.
I did not put it on my wish list. Yep.
No. Oh, well. Nope. It looks cute, I must admit, but the
graphics are great. The aesthetics are good. The sound is beautiful. The music's nice. Like, a lot of things about it are really good.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a bit tedious. Just looking at it, it's a bit tedious.
Yeah. Well, watching this person play makes me want to try it again.
Yeah, you're watching, and are you getting anything from watching this guy play? You're thinking, oh, girl. You're thinking, that makes more sense.
This person is doing things more methodically. I was just sort of throwing things up wherever.
Yeah. This guy or girl is just thinking about what they're doing, I guess.
They're being very intentional about their moves.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which I was not. So. Yep.
I can't believe that, Duke. I'd have thought you'd have been very methodical.
But that's the thing, is you don't know at first what you need to be methodical about.
Yeah, true.
So.
I guess. Before I move on to my next game, there was something I meant to mention. I forgot all about it. But
Mention it now.
when you're playing It Takes Two, throughout the game, there are literally dozens and dozens of one-on-one challenges that have no bearing on the game at all. It's just a kind of, can you beat each other in a challenge?
So like you and Millie going up against each
Yeah,
other?
yeah, yeah, up against each other. And
Oh.
all like today, for instance, in the garden, one was a snail race through this
Okay.
like maze, and it was the quickest person to get to the other end. We've had snowball
I
fights. There's been all sorts of crazy
see.
stuff. But
Okay.
one of the things today that when we were playing was a full chessboard. And you could
Ah.
actually set it to infinite and play a whole chess game, but you could have it set on a timer like you would in a real chess game.
Hmm.
I've no idea how to play chess. I know how each piece moves, but other
Play
than that, I
toward
don't
the
really
middle.
know. Yeah. So we had a game. I won, but I've no idea why I won. I think it's just because Millie ran out of time.
Well,
I think that's the only reason I won. But those mini games can then be played from the menu. So once you've unlocked one, you can play them all from the menu. So we could
Wow.
actually just set up a game of chess and just play chess within the game,
There you
which is just cool. You know, the amount of things that have been included in this game is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because it's like I keep forgetting how much stuff is in this game. It's just there's not only all the creativity and all the normal game stuff, but he's also added all this other stuff that means nothing. You know, it's just there
Well,
to
it's added fun.
Yeah, it's like
ancillary little goofiness.
yeah, I guess it's like when you know like hunting down trophies or whatever. But in
Yeah.
this case, it's hunting because they're all hidden. So a lot of them are hidden in the levels, so you have to look for them. It's hunting down the mini games to play with each other, but it's actually something to do rather than just just a trophy or I don't know, a pigeon or whatever it may be. You know, it's actually something you
Yes.
can do, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
an interactive collectible. Oh, there you go. That's a good word.
Right.
But yes, other than that, obviously going back to the Series S, I really love Forza Horizon 3 on the PC, which I picked up for nearly nothing. So I
Yeah.
thought it's about time, and I could play this on the PC because it is on there, but I've never got around
Yeah.
to it. But Forza Horizon 4, I was like,
Ah,
I should give this game a go. I should give this
Yeah.
game a go. And it's cool because it's set in the UK. And what's kind of funny, and this is one of the first things I noticed, because you know there's all the other like cars on the roads and stuff.
yeah.
There's the obligatory white van, Chinny, you'll know what I'm talking about. So you see quite a few white vans knocking around, you know, driving past and whatever when you're going along. And the other thing that's kind of cool is they've got speed traps with the lines on the road like you do in the UK. The attention to detail is pretty incredible. You know what I mean? I mean, it is a representation of the UK in a very small part. It makes it look like you can play the whole of the UK. You know, you look at the map and you're
Was
like,
there any chavs on electric scooters?
yeah, you haven't seen those? No, I haven't seen any of those. But they have nailed the aesthetics of the UK countryside, which is really cool. I mean, they've obviously taken liberties. I was going to look up before the show and forgot to do it. But in the first festival area, there's a castle, which I think I've seen in real life.
And
'cause
there's
it
a
looks-
couple dogging on the side, like
There's a
trying
couple
to stay out
dogging
of
in
sight.
dogging in the park.
You fucking can't. Why'd you sleep
I
with
lo-
that?
I love the fact that the first rally car they give you a choice of, one of them's a Ford Escort RS Turbo, which is
Nice.
like a classic rally car. And I'm like, that is, and obviously classically British.
Now
No.
there's dude bros talking in the cutscene here. Are they British dude bros?
Yeah, everyone's British.
All right, fucking hell, son.
Yeah, fuck that.
You keep
Yeah,
doing
hey,
stuff
show
like
me
that.
These rides. Oh,
Right,
God,
yes,
the
you fucking
MPA.
bastard. Yeah, get in the escort and fuck off, would ya?
Yeah, fuck off. Do you know what? I'd be.
You know what?
interested to
Health and
know?
safety's not really a thing here.
Do you know what? I'd be interested to see how many UK players pick the Ford Escort over the other two, because I know I ain't having them two. I'm having the Ford Escort, of course, because that's a
course.
classic car and it's British. So yeah, I'd be interested to see. I'd love to see a percentage of British players who pick.
Would
the
you,
other
Stu?
cars.
Would you?
I would, because I bet it's very, very low. Bet it's very low, but it's great. I mean, the handling's great. I'm crap at it, obviously, because I'm not very good at these sorts of games. But I do enjoy playing them. I do enjoy playing
And
them.
is it like a series of races? Is it more open, like Burnout
No,
Paradise?
it's a bit more like Burnout Paradise. So basically, what it begins. I mean, it's exactly the same as Forza Horizon 3 in the structure. So you're having this racing festival. So
Right.
that's the first thing, and then they'll say, "Oh, we're having this exhibition race at such and such a place if you want to go and do it." So then you have to drive to the event and set it going, and then you do that, and then they're like, "Oh, there's some dude wants to do dirt racing, so they've heard about you, how good you are.
Oh, of course.
So maybe
All
you
right,
should
mate.
head over
I've
there.
heard about you.
Yeah, heard about
I've heard you know how to.
Settle your noggin.
I've heard you know how to fucking drive, mate.
Glass.
What I love about these
Mate,
games
get in your fucking car. Let's go.
is just the creativity, because then the next event I did, it was like, there's some film producer wants a stunt driver, so you need to get your ass over there.
Yeah,
'cause
I need a
he's heard you-
fucking stunt driver
heard you great.
immediately.
So then you get this really overdramatic British director giving you all that, hey, well, you know, yeah, this is what we
Darling,
do,
darling,
and,
just
ah,
drive off the
darling,
fucking
darling."
cliff.
So anyway, it's an action movie, and you're being chased by a jet plane because action movie. You know what I mean? And then he's like, and then what we want you to do is drive up the hill really fast and then jump through the windmill for the spectacular finish. Is that okay with you? And that's basically what you have to do. So you're being chased by a jet fighter down the road, and you've got to beat it to this windmill and then jump through the windmill, and you've got to reach however.
To be
many
fair, you do
inches.
see that a lot when you're driving around
You
the
do.
UK.
It fucking happens all the
I
time.
assume you
And
saw
that-
it like 4 times this week. Jimmy.
Yeah.
In Forza Horizon 3, there was a very similar thing where you had to race a train, and it was just ridiculous. And you racing
That was
this
in
train.
GTA San Andreas as well. You were on a dirt bike with big.
There you go.
Pooh, whatever the guy's
There you
name
go.
is.
But yeah, it's good. It is really good. And
I've never
I
played
know-
a Horizon game.
You know, I haven't given you your play your game bitch, have I yet this week?
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
I haven't done that. And I had one in
Have
mind.
I just
but
set
then
myself up?
I don't know. Part
Uh-oh.
of me's thinking maybe you should play this, but I had another game in mind. I don't know what
Well,
to do
well,
now.
give me the two. Let's
Right,
have a
well,
look. Let's listen to
okay,
which one I
okay,
can do.
the-
Come on.
The actual game I had in mind was A Plague Tale: Innocence,
Oh right, yeah, yeah.
because that's a cool game, and I thought
Somebody
actually,
who works for
story-driven-
me is a big fan of that game.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's a story driven. It's something that, you know, you don't play a lot of story driven games these days.
No.
So it's like, it's pretty good. But this hadn't crossed my mind, but like, oh, it's so good.
But
man.
you're
And we
playing
could
it.
play
Maybe
some
we could play it together.
We
and...
could play some multiplayer,
Oh,
man. I have an
snap.
Xbox now. So we could play
Okay.
together on this.
Yeah,
But yeah, play A Plague Tale: Innocence, but we'll try and set up a time to play this. And we've still got to watch that stupid
play both.
interactive film.
So play both.
Yeah. Yeah, play both. Play both.
And then yeah, we got to stream that film thing.
Stupid interactive film at some point this
I'll
week.
see if I can be a better chinny this week.
Well, Wednesday or Thursday night's fine for me, so I can do either of
Okay.
those nights.
Thursday, I think I'm playing snooker on Thursday
Okay.
with
But Wednesday nights
with
maybe
men,
you do it
with real
with-
men.
with real men.
Yeah. So
So let me know. Wednesday nights, like I say, is a goer if you're
Mhm.
up for it. We should do that. But yes, I love this game. It's very, very good. It's very good.
Okay.
Looks amazing, by the way. Looks phenomenal. So yeah,
yeah.
they're very good games. They're shiny, very shiny. And it's cool because you unlock a house. I've unlocked a country house because the film director was so impressed with my performance. He
Yeah,
went,
have my fucking country
"Here,
house.
have this house that we bought for the film that we don't need anymore. Here are the
Why
keys.
not?
Just take it. Take it." So that's like my personal little garage where I can store all my cars and everything. So that's pretty cool. I would have liked to have been able to wander around the house, do a bit of cooking, you know, sit down, watch the telly for a bit. Yeah, it's not in
That's
it.
very important in a driving game.
It is. I was a bit disappointed, to be honest. You know,
Oh,
after
man.
you've had a
Give it
hard
back.
day's racing, you
Should get an
just want to
exchange.
chill. You just want to
Yeah,
chill, man.
exactly.
Slob out, slob out. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it's excellent. So it's free. Well, it's not free. Well, it kind of is free. It kind of is free because my daughter Millie is very kindly sharing her super pass with me. So yeah, that's very kind of her, isn't it?
All the
yeah.
shit that you've
Sorry, I
done
don't know
for
what
her.
Super Pass is.
So basically, if you buy an Xbox Live Super Pass, that allows you to play games on Xbox for Game Pass for Xbox, PC, and you get Xbox Live Gold. And if you make the console you're signed in on your home console, anyone who then plays on that console also has access to all that
So how does
stuff.
she have a Super Pass? Does she play that many games?
Not really. She does have. They do play games. Her boyfriend plays video
So
games.
you're leeching off of your daughter's
Yep.
Super Pass.
Yep, totally.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Why
well,
not?
Well, I have that super
I-
pass, but look, I pay for it, but then because I share my console with Chris, and he pays me half of whatever the thing is every month.
Yep.
Oh, that's very nice for you to split the cost.
Because
It is
you know,
very
She
nice.
says,
that's
it's
what
mine. I have it.
that's what
Can-
decent humans do.
That's what they do.
Yeah,
That's what they
exactly.
do.
Yeah.
So
All
it's very
right.
nice of her. She's a lovely
Jenny, you
daughter.
said
She's
you
a
don't
good
have
daughter.
anything else, Jenny?
No, I don't have anything. No.
Okay, well, I got 2 more, so I will talk
Yeah.
about those. I guess I'll do one and then Stu. Do you have any others?
I just have one more. One more.
Okay, so one of mine is called Kataria Fables, and it's another demo from Steam Next Fest. And this game is trying to be Stardew Valley meets Breath of the Wild a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Meets Cat Quest.
I like the
But
sound
it
of that.
doesn't really work as well as any of those.
Oh.
So the combat's pretty wank. It's clearly made for kids. The worst part about it is that the dialogue goes on forever.
Oh dear.
The dialogue it's all text, and it's really, 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 really slow in that, you know, you meet someone and he goes, "What are you doing here? Get out of here." And then your little bouncy magic friend, because all these games now have a bouncy magic friend that comes with you. And the bouncy magic friend is like, "We're sent here by the kingdom." And he goes, "I don't trust people from the kingdom. Get out of here." And then you go, "But I'm someone you can trust because I'm a warrior and I'm brave." And he goes, "A brave warrior, huh? Maybe you could help us with the problem we're having." And the magic bouncy friend goes, "You're having a problem with monsters? I'm scared." And then you say, "Don't worry, you'll be okay if you're with me because I'm a strong protector." And then the other guy goes, "Ooh, a strong protector. You can help us with the magic monsters we've been facing." And then your magic friend goes, "I'm worried about the monsters. They sound scary." And you're like, "Shut the fuck up, all of you. Just let me get to the quest. What do I need to do?"
Sounds great.
Wow.
Right.
That sounds
Now,
impressive.
that said, the basic elements behind the game are fine. You come to this town, your grandfather or your uncle or somebody used to live there. He had a rundown farm. You get to go there. Eventually, you're probably going to fix it out like you do in Stardew Valley, but there's no indication in the first part of the demo about how you do that. You just go in, you sleep, you save the game, you can change the way your cat person looks, and that's it. There's a farm area, but you can't do anything with it. There's a well, but you can't fix it. There's training dummies, but there's no point in attacking them. Like, there's all this stuff that's obviously there for the future, but in the meantime, all you're doing is running here and there to do these fetch quests. And it's just like, what is the point of all this? I want to get to it looks like I'm going to be farming and like doing other things besides killing slimes. But all you do in the demo is like run around, kill slimes. Eventually you kill some orcs. And it was
Cool.
just so frustrating because it seemed like it was going to be fun if they ever got to the part that was fun. But in the meantime, it wasn't.
So do you think that's just locked out in the demo, or do you think that's just they've not finished it yet?
I couldn't tell you. And in the meantime, it doesn't matter because, you know, kids might really like this, but I think adults will be gnashing their teeth waiting for it to move on.
Right.
There are some mechanics that the game doesn't tell you about. You can dodge. You have special attacks. You have a toolbar, but the demo doesn't tell you any of that.
Wow.
You just have to kind of guess.
That's like the smuggler demo.
Yeah, kind of. It kind of reminded me of that.
Because that tells you
So,
nothing.
you know, you pick up, you know, rocks. You pick up, you know, monster goo, and presumably you can use it to craft stuff. But there's no way to. There's no crafting. You know, most games you go into your inventory and then there's, you know, a little crafting area or whatever, or you press this button to craft. Nope, not in this game. So again, maybe in the future, like there's a part where it's like, here's how you craft stuff, but I haven't found it yet. And after playing it for like half an hour, I was like, okay, you know what? This is just boring.
Yeah. So do you think this
done.
is just very early days and they've got?
I
a
don't
lot
think
of the
so. No, I
basic
think
stuff?
I just played the earliest part of the demo. I think if I had kept
Right.
playing, eventually they would introduce those mechanics. But I reached a point where I was like, I'm not having fun with this.
Yeah,
And
you
I
had
don't-
enough.
I don't care to keep going to the point where you finally let me in on how to craft a torch. Like that ought to be the very beginning of the game, you know?
It does look cute,
So-
so I'll give it that.
It's very cute. The music's
does.
good. The aesthetics are good. The combat's not great, but you know, once you get the hang of it, it's like, okay, this isn't so bad. There's magic spells. There's a lot. I think there's depth in this game,
Right.
but it takes so long to get through any of it that I was just like, 'cause
Ginny
that's
would
the thing.
love this with all that reading.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
At one point, they send you to this like dude who lives in a tower out in the woods, and it's like, okay, now we're gonna get in. He's gonna explain all the mechanics. Nope, he gives you a book and says, "Come back when you figured out what this is for." He's like, "What?" And you go back into town, and there's this kid who's like, "Oh, that's a spell book. There, long ago, there was a legend." Ah!
I
And it's
like
like,
that. A
your
little bit of mystery.
Your uncle had the spell power, and that means you have it, so you can cast spells, and nobody else can. And it's, I don't want to cast spells. I want to make a torch. Like, come on. So thumbs down on Kitaria Fables. But if you're more patient or you're very young, you might really have fun with this. And it's a free demo on Steam for a few days at least. I don't know what's going to happen after the next fest is over. If they're going to take all these demos down, or if the demos will
I
still
think
be
they
up, but just
do.
not in
No,
the-
I think they do, don't they? I think when it's over, they all get taken down.
I don't know.
That's how it works. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It is weird. It's an interesting phenomenon because there's a bunch of I haven't played. I played like obviously I played like 3 of these demos. I might download more. 'cause
Well, I've
there's
got.
a lot
I
of
must
other
admit,
stuff
I've read a
available.
few that I like the sounds of, so I've got a few that I want to play. But
There's
it's
a lot
just
of
getting
games
time,
on
yeah.
here. Like there's some interesting stuff.
Just
so.
trying to get the time. Is a
Yeah.
Stinky Poo in the chat says you can unlock the car from Cyberpunk in Horizon 4. Well, let's hope it
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
works better in Horizon 4 than it does in Cyberpunk. Who knows?
Buzzing.
Dude.
Zing. Yeah, I've got one more game, which I
Yeah.
mentioned early in the show because it's the first game I played. Because I was like, I just had a bit of nostalgia. I don't think I ever really played. I played the demo for this, but I don't
Okay.
think I ever played the whole game, which is Battlefield Bad Company.
Mm.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a great
I
game.
never
It's
played
a
it.
great game.
Yeah, I never
It's
played
a
it.
great game.
It hasn't aged well, is the first thing
No.
I'm going to say. It's not aged well. But the other thing to mention is you start to notice the difference in size of downloads for old games versus new games.
What would it
Well,
be?
yeah.
Like 10 gig or
Some-
something?
No, this
Like 5.
no 6
6 gig,
gigabytes this
wow.
game,
How about that?
and Yakuza Like a Dragon's 39, and Forza Horizon I think was something like 60 or 70 gigabytes. It was enormous.
Yeah.
So that you do start to realize how big these games have become compared to what they
Oh,
used to
yeah.
be.
It's
You know,
you
the
know what
amount
it
of
is as
assets and
well.
stuff.
It's not just that, but because before they had to fit a disc,
Yeah,
they
did,
were
yeah.
limited by the medium it was delivered on.
Yeah.
Whereas now, the limitation isn't with the distribution; it's with the consumer. So
Yeah.
fuck them.
Well, and hard drive size.
Well, it's the consumer. But that's your problem, Duke,
Right. Yeah.
not
Yeah,
the
it is.
developer's problem.
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
So they have gotten better. Well, they've gotten lazy is a strong word, but they've gotten less concerned with compressing files
Yeah.
than they would be. Because I mean, wasn't you talking on last week's show, Stu, about how they reduced the file size of Flight Simulator?
Yeah, it's half. It's halved in size.
So it's not like they can't do it. It's just like, well, we just
can't
don't
be
bother
bothered.
doing it anymore. Cause
Do you know
it's
what?
not
Do you know
really a
why
big-
I think they've halved it? Because it seems a kind of a coincidence that it coincides with it coming to Xbox Series X and S. That suddenly the file size is half of what it was originally, and now they're releasing it on consoles with much more limited memory space.
But back on the file size, I'm looking at Battlefield Band Company here, and I mean, it looks okay.
It
I mean,
doesn't look bad. I'll be honest, right? I was like, do you
is
know
it
what?
2008?
Yeah, it's an old game. this.
2008 Battle
Yeah,
Band
it's
Company, I
old.
think.
And I was
So-
like, do you know what? It looks pretty. And the combat is actually still stands up quite well. The biggest issues I've got with this game is it's more with the storytelling. The voice acting is not great.
No.
You know, when you realize how far voice acting has come these days and storytelling in games, this is very, very basic.
Yeah.
It's like you've got some woman who they keep referring to as like, oh, she sounds fit. I wish I'd like to get to know her better. You know, so there's a little bit of a sexism there, which isn't great. And she just goes, there's a bridge that needs commandeering for the troops to get across. You need to go and blow up the enemy as they come. And that's what this mission is. So it's very much like, then you do that, and then it's like, oh, there's some people you need to rescue from this place. You better get there. So it's kind of this just very loose links or loose ways to get you to get to the next mission, basically, the story.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I have no problem with that. It's quite cool. It's a massive map, which is kind of interesting for a game this old. There's no real level progression as such. You just move from one area on the map to another, which is kind of cool. And obviously you commandeer vehicles, and sometimes you have to kill enemies to get their vehicle off them. And then you get to the next objective using that vehicle because it's miles. I mean, there was one I'm like, oh, I'll just run there. And it took ages. And I'm like, oh, here's a car. I'll get in that.
That's right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I will play it because it's only about 4 hours, I think, 4 or 5 hours to finish the story campaign. I know, yeah, nothing like these games these days. So I probably will finish this. And it is, it's not for a game that's 13 years old now.
Mad.
It's actually not that bad.
It's not that
And
bad.
it looks fine. It looks
a fun
absolutely
game.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks good. And like I say, the combat mechanics are pretty good. And they do have some stupid lines though. Like a very stupid line.
this is
Well,
what-
it was not taking itself very seriously. It was
Yeah, it was. It
No,
was
no.
quite a comical game, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is not the pinnacle of storytelling.
No, I don't
Let's
think it was
put it
really
that
going
way.
for that. I think it was
It
sort
wasn't.
of.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was designed to be like goofy and like
Yeah.
memorable characters. Like they were interesting
Yeah.
because they
I-
weren't stock characters.
The thing I remember most about this game was the trailer where they took the piss out of Gears of War.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just that's the one thing I always remember about this game. And like I say, I never played it. I think this is possibly, apart from the demo, the first time I've ever played the full game. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Are you going to
Pretty
finish
good.
it?
Yeah, probably will. It's kind of fun so far. And it was weird to see the Xbox 360 logo come up. You know,
Yeah.
when I ran it and everything like that. That is so.
I'll tell you what,
yeah.
it was only 2 generations ago where you playing such an old game on a new console would be such a bizarre concept.
It is bizarre. It's totally bizarre, mate. Honestly, when I was playing, I'm like, this is just the weirdest.
I know,
I've got
but like
this-
the fact that you can do it day one,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah.
Microsoft has done such a good job with that, you know.
Yeah, there's loads of 360. I nearly downloaded Fable 2. I'm like, should I
Well, there's
download
no need to
Fable
be silly,
2?
Stu.
I know, but it's there to play, and I'm
It's
like,
all
Fable
there.
2?
All these games are
Right
just
there.
there now.
Like,
it,
I
play it.
know, I know
They
they've got the
nothing new.
Mass.
You might as well play this old
I
shit.
know, I know they've got the Mass Effect remakes, but you can play the original ones on Game Pass.
Yep, you
Right
can.
there.
Right
Yeah,
there.
right there and then.
It looks a little less good.
Yeah, it looks a
Yeah,
little
get
less
the
good, but
remake
it's
'cause
fine.
It's a little better.
I don't have to pay for it though.
Yeah, exactly.
So
All right.
I'm
Anything
like,
else about
okay.
Bad Company?
No, it's just a really nice nostalgia trip, just to
a
play
good
one of
game.
these really old games, and it's still
It's
kind of,
not the
it
game I
still kind
wanted,
of
but it was a
holds.
good game nevertheless.
It still kind of holds up even in this day and age, is what I would say.
Yeah.
Even in this day.
Even in this day, and I know a lot of people with the Series X's and S's would overlook all this shit. They're like, why would I want to play that old game? But if you've never played it before, it's worth a look.
I don't think a lot of people would do that. I think. I don't know.
Well, I think the
People-
newer, younger
Fuck
players.
you. Play new things.
Who's
I
listening
don't
to this
think-
who's young?
Well, I know who's listening to this, but I'm just saying people would overlook it though. They would go, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
Antonio was 11 when he listened to this show. the
Yeah, he's
first
like
time.
fucking.
Yeah, but that's
he's
the
got,
last time we had someone that age listening. We don't have any.
He's like
11-year-olds
30.
listening
No,
now.
Lewis was quite young, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I thought he
Um,
was in high school or secondary school.
yeah, it was, but he's still fairly young, Lewis. He
He's
was about
young, isn't he?
14, wasn't he? 14 or 15.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
I
think
think
when
he's
he
like.
first started
I think Lewis is like 35 with a mortgage now. I don't know
Yeah,
how
he
time
is.
works.
Fucking got 2 kids, married, terraced house
Yeah.
somewhere in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. But yes, good. Back over to you, Duke.
Yes, I got one more game to talk about. It's called Lens Island. And this must have been developed around the same time as they started developing Valheim, because I can't imagine they would see Valheim come out and go, "Ooh, let's just do that," because it's very similar to Valheim. Except it
Ah.
doesn't have all the Norse mythology and stuff. Instead, you're just a dude on an island. And
Are you
you're
called
crafting-
Len? Can I just check? You
You're
called Len?
Yeah.
You called Len?
And you're crafting, and the big this is not a big difference, but the thing that kind of makes this stand out a little bit is normally when you're whacking at a tree with your axe, and you start off with a metal axe and a metal pickaxe, so like you have very nice tools that apparently don't degrade.
Very
so
nice
there's that.
tools.
Very nice. When you normally you whack at the tree, right? And in Rust, they got fancy and they started putting X's on the tree where you little mini games. You can get more wood when you whack the X,
Stupid
right?
Shit
This
thing.
game, what it does is when you whack the tree on the downswing, after you whack it, the tool will flash for a second. And if you click
Oh.
again when it's flashing, you'll get a little burst of energy and you'll get more wood with the second whack.
Like
so you
an
can knock
active
down a tree.
reload.
Exactly. Correct.
I like that.
So what might take you 7 whacks will only take you 5 if you get
Whackity
enough of
whack.
the active
I like
whack.
I like the word whack. It's a good
It's
word.
an interesting dynamic. Again, it's not so intuitive. I didn't realize you could just jump over that part. Okay. I was looking at that pirate island that he's on now, and I was like, how do I get over there? I must need to build some stairs. And then I tried to build stairs. It's like, I can't do it. So I didn't realize you could just jump across.
It's like a
I am
platformer.
stupid.
This is
It
like a
is, and
platform.
he's doing all this jumping and
He's
spinning.
doing
I
a
didn't
dash
do
and
any of
everything.
that.
He's doing double jump dash
Again,
then.
the demo doesn't show you this stuff. Ah,
I'm coming to the
however,
conclusion, Duke, that you're not very good at these kind
Yeah,
of
you're not very good at games,
I
are
heard
you?
you can double jump in Rocket League.
Right,
You
he
know
was
about that?
crap at the smuggler, so he just blamed the game.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, the point is, I did have fun with this. There's a cave and I went in it with my axe, and I got stomped by some monsters. So I went running out because I had built a little house with a bed, so I knew I could heal up by going to the bed. And so yeah, the biggest thing that's annoying about this game is that in order to move, you right click where you want to move to.
All
which
right,
is
okay.
stupid. That's a dumb mechanic for movement.
Yeah, it's like almost like a point and click adventure game.
What's wrong with WASD, right?
So what? So how do you do the jump dash thing then?
I don't know. I didn't know you could do that.
How do you do that jump dash thing, Duke?
Search me. Yeah, and you can't craft torches. Like, what's up with that? There's a cave you're supposed to explore, but there's no way to craft torches.
Maybe you
And
can
I was-
later in the game. Or
Maybe
something, I don't know.
again, maybe. Well, here's what happens. Eventually, I kept wandering around the island. Like, so let's see what's over here. Let's see what's over. Oh, there's a guy over here. He's got a boat docked on the island, and he's just selling stuff. He's just cooling out and selling things. And one of the
Don't
things he's
lie.
selling is a torch.
All right.
Like,
okay.
what? What is this? I thought it was a crafting game. Most crafting games, you knock down trees, you get wood.
I don't think
you-
it is a crafting game, though, is it? Because you get given all the shit you need at the beginning.
Well, I mean, you have to build a house.
Well, I think they went.
That's
"Nah,
crafting.
Everyone hates all that boring, tedious stuff.
No,
Let's
speak
just
for
give them,
yourself.
and then if they haven't got
I
anything, you
love
can just
it.
buy it off Len's mate on the boat over here.
I guess so.
Sorted.
And the other thing is you can sell the things that you've been gathering. So I got a lot of limestone right away. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's a bunch
see,
of
I like that.
limestone nodes. So I go over in the boat and it's like sell limestone. I'm like, okay, cool. And I sold a bunch of limestone, which allowed me to buy a sword. And I'm like, oh yeah, those monsters in the cave are in trouble now. And they were. I went to the cave and I was like, pow, 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 with a sword, took them out.
So I'm getting the impression you kind of like this game. Did you like this game?
I had some fun with it. I haven't uninstalled it like I did the other demos. I may go back to it, especially now that I know you can do all sorts of
I've
jumping.
got to
and
say the
dashing.
sea looks beautiful. It's a really
Well, the
good
graphics
rendition.
are great. The music's
Yeah.
good. The gameplay's decent. I don't think you can make a thing to put your resources in. So I got a bunch of stone and then I knocked over another stone and it said full of stone. And I was like, okay, how do I put
You are
stone in a
full of
box or something?
stone.
I can't put stone in a box. And I don't think the dude wants to buy any stone. So I think I'm just stuck with all the stone. There's nothing I can do with it.
Well, you can't drop it even.
No, I don't think so.
You must.
It's
be
really
able to do
weird.
something with it.
I don't know. It's
Maybe
just
you
kind of
can,
weird.
you can
that-
build a stone wall or something.
And the other thing is that there's a hunger mechanic because I found some blueberries. I'm like, okay, I'll eat the blueberries. And at the bottom of the screen, there's it filled up a little meter. And I was like, oh, that's your food meter. But when it runs out, like it doesn't start taking off health the way it does in Minecraft or Rust or whatever, right? So I'm just like, the food meter is optional, I guess. Like it's good to eat, but you don't have to. I don't know what's
I
going
like
on
this
there.
game. I feel like it's a crafting game for people who don't like crafting games.
I guess so.
I think that's what this developer's gone. What the people who don't like crafting games not like all this stuff. Well, let's
Or
get
maybe
rid of
they
all that
said-
shit.
They said next fest is happening. God, look at him moving so quickly and easily through that. They said next fest is happening soon. We got to just put what we have ready out, and then we'll put the actual hunger mechanic in later. They're gonna think you don't have to eat. Yeah. Well,
Whoa,
what the fuck did he
what the
just
hell
make a
just happened
fucking
there?
bridge?
What?
How the hell did he do that? Oh
This
my
dude knows
god!
what
There's
he's
so
doing.
much about this game I don't understand.
This is the developer
What
playing.
was
That's what this
that?
is.
For those who aren't watching, the dude came upon this cliff that has this broken bridge on it. He clicked some button and it was just like and a bridge just appeared.
It was just built.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
unbelievable. So I
I
guess
like
I
this
do need
game.
to go back to this and do
I
the
think you should
magic
play more of
bridge
this shit and figure this
I
shit
guess
out.
So,
That's what you need to do.
oh
Next,
man,
you need to tell us how
bonkers.
much you like this game once you've figured this shit
once
out.
I got
That's-
the magic bridge,
yeah, once you know what
mechanic
you're
happening.
doing.
Oh my goodness.
You are so bad at games, Duke.
Or they're very non-intuitive.
I don't know. I'm not sure anymore. What about you, Chidi?
I think this is double jump all over again.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, it is.
Hey, you know what? There was a tutorial in Rocket League that I missed.
Oh,
'cause I was
Rocket
too
League is a double
patient.
jump.
Yeah, but I don't think that is in this. So
Look,
it's not my
even I
fault.
knew that, and I don't even play Rocket League.
Well, aren't you just great?
I am brilliant.
And that's what I've been playing.
That's what you've been playing. Yeah, let's. I think I've got some news. There's some news stuff.
There's some news, people.
There is.
News first.
Yeah, Cyberpunk, believe it or not, has got another patch out
Fucking hell.
for a game.
Somebody asked Somebody asked on Patient Gamers, like, "Hey, is Cyberpunk any good? I heard they had problems when it launched. Have they fixed it?" And the top-rated answer, basically was no. They haven't fixed the major things that are wrong.
They have released yet another patch.
Doesn't mean nothing.
Which hasn't fixed
for a
anything.
game that nobody even remembers anymore. That's how bad this
Poor
is.
CD Projekt Red, man. This must have really killed their stock price.
Do you know it's ridiculous when you think about it, right? The Witcher 3, people will probably still be talking about that in another 10 years and going, "Oh, Witcher 3, that were a great game." Yeah. I feel like Cyberpunk in another 10 years will go, "Cyberpunk, what the fuck was that?" I don't think anybody...
No, well, it's infamous, isn't it? It's they'll say
their stock price plummeted. All right, a year ago, their stock price was at $28 per share.
Yeah,
now, guess what it is now?
I don't know, 120.
I'm sorry, what? It was at 28.
28, so I don't know.
Has it gone down or up? I feel
two,
like
it'll go down. It's like $2.
Well, what has happened with the company recently? Do you think they've had a success or a failure?
Yeah, but they sold a fucking shit ton of Cyberpunk.
That's not what I asked. The market doesn't care how many you've sold. The market cares what your company is in the public eye.
Perceived like the Coca-Cola thing we was on.
It was at 28. What is it at now?
I don't know.
5.
10.
Well, it's not quite that bad.
16.
It's at 12.
Wow, be a good time to buy it.
Yeah,
I think it's a good time to buy, man.
Hey, go for it. I don't think it's going back to the moon anytime soon, man.
You never know. You never know, man. I wouldn't count them out. But yeah, there's another patch on the way. It might be fixed eventually. At this point, right, and I'm going to be totally honest here, I really think they don't give a shit about the original consoles anymore. I doubt that they will ever be fixed. I'll be amazed if they spend any more time trying to fix the Xbox One and PS4 standard versions. I just don't think they will.
I don't know.
I don't think they will. Yeah, there's been some massive controversy this week involving Five Nights at Freddy's.
All right.
I think Duke may or may not have heard about this. Have you heard about this?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So basically, the guy, Five Nights at Freddy's Cawthon, or whatever he's called, I don't even know his name, Scott Cawthon, it's come to light that he has donated large sums of money to political figures, including Donald Trump, I believe.
Fuck that. I'm never playing this shit then.
I know. And as a result, he has, like, of all the shit he got and all the stuff that went on, he has decided to retire from video games.
Ooh,
so he's no longer he's going to focus on his family. He's no longer taking part in any of the development, and he's going to get a new CEO in to overlook things and get new developer people.
Do you remember when he donated to me?
Yeah, he did. Was that him, or was that him?
It was him.
Was it him?
Yeah. He donated $1,337 to me.
This is bogus. He claimed that after the donations were uncovered, he had been doxxed and had received threats of violence and home invasion. That's not cool. That's so messed up.
No, it is. If that's true, it is not cool, no.
I mean, look, I can dislike him and, in fact, hate him, but I don't want him to be hurt.
Well, I like him because he donated to me.
Yeah. This is what he said. Do you want to hear his quote? He said, I supported President Trump because I felt he was the best man to fuel a strong economy and stand up to America's enemies abroad, of which there are many.
Sorry, how exactly did he do that? By getting into bed with Putin? Yeah. Oh, great job.
Even if the
waged cyber attack and destabilized our elections. What a great defender of our nation. Fuck out of here.
Even if there were candidates who had better things to say to the LGBT
like, I don't rape women and grab them by the genitals? Yeah. Oh, they got better things to say. Trump's not politically correct like that.
And bigger promises to make. I believe that their stances on other issues would have ended up doing much greater harm to those communities than good.
They wouldn't have wasted billions of dollars on a stupid wall with Mexico. Give me a break. Unbelievable. I can't believe you're making me talk about this.
If he added, I'm a Republican, I'm a Christian, I'm
pro-life.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. In God. I also believe in equality and in science and in
Look, if you believe in God, then you should know you cannot worship God and mammon at the same time. Guess who Donald Trump is? He is mammon incarnate. You cannot be a Christian and support Donald Trump. He's the most unchristian president we've ever had in our lives. He's literally sucking the dong of a golden calf. How much more anti-Christian could you be? If he set up changing tables in the temple, people would be like, well, you know, I'm a Christian, so I support Donald Trump and his changing tables in the temple. Unbelievable.
He finally said, despite
I
what
can't
some-
believe you're keeping going with this.
I am,
I've
because
tried to
it's
make it
funny.
clear that we need to move on. Okay.
Despite what some may say, all of those things can go together. That's not an apology or a
No.
promise to change. It's the way it has always been. If I get cancelled, then I get cancelled. I
Well,
don't do this for the money anymore. I do it because I enjoy it. If people think I'm doing it more harm than good now, then maybe it's better that I get cancelled and retire. I would accept that. I have had a fulfilling career. Besides, most things that people can take from you are things that I never much have value with to begin with.
Hey, look, there's a thing here on Wikipedia that says members of the LGBTQ plus community, which makes up a significant portion of the fan base, reacted negatively. So blah, 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 and Nazis retiring. I don't understand what that has to do with anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. Donald Trump's been a nightmare for LGBTQ issues, but look, a terrible person can still make a good video game. And I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, look, I'm going to still play Skyrim, even though Jeremy Soule, the guy who created music, turned out to be a total scumbag. But you know, I don't want to give my money to people who support terrible candidates because I don't want my money going to Donald Trump or Marjorie Taylor Greene or whoever the next nutcase is that's going to take that mantle.
Now, Duke, I know you've just been a bit angry, so I'm going to give you some news that'll make you feel a bit happier.
Okay, good. Let's hear it.
Thank God for that. Alan Wake's getting a remaster.
Ah!
Wow.
I actually don't care. Like, it doesn't affect me at all.
Which is going to be on Epic Game Store. Now, this also
Another game I won't
fuels...
play. Hey, what's
this
free on
also,
Epic right now?
This also fuels some rumors, Chinny. Do you know what those rumors are?
Alan Wake 2.
Do you know what they are?
Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2. Yes, because apparently Epic is funding the development of Alan Wake 2, so it would make sense to have a remastered version on the Epic Game Stores of the original game.
I guess so.
So that's what's being said anyway.
So interesting.
And I love Alan Wake, and I can't.
Hey,
see why I
Overcooked
wouldn't
2 is
love.
free on Epic Games.
Yeah, it
Store
is.
right
Yeah,
now.
no, I saw that.
If you've
actually.
never played Overcooked 2, go get it right now. It's free.
Don't get it right now. It's free. And here's
FREE free, no charge.
Here's something you might like, Duke, but Final Fantasy VII
You said that last time.
I know, no, this is man. The
Go ahead, Final Fantasy VII remake.
The Final Fantasy VII remake is also coming to the Epic Game Store now. Whether that's going to be a freebie,
Oh,
is
really?
anyone's guess.
Well,
But
that's
that would
okay.
be
At least I'll be
cool.
able to play it because right now I can't play it on the PC.
Exactly. So that's apparently an exclusive. So there you go.
I'm interested to play that because I think it'll be an intriguing meshing of the nostalgia and the new.
You see, I feel like I've given you finally some good news for you, dude.
Finally.
Something
Well,
that you
we'll see.
like.
It
Something
depends
that you
on how
like.
much it is. I'm a cheapskate. That hasn't
Well,
changed.
that is also true. And that's about it for the news this week. That's about it. There is no
Well,
more
some
news.
fun
That
news
is-
items. Thank
that
you.
Can I
is
just
news.
say how, you know, the Tim Reaper in the Minecraft realm,
Yeah.
how mad this fucking castle thing is that he's made. So he's made like a castle in the realm that so basically when you join the server, you go into like a nether gate, and then he takes you on a tour, and then he introduces you to the realm basically via this castle. And this castle is just unbelievable. Like he's got like
Very
statues
fancy.
in glass boxes. I don't even know how you do that. And then he's got like red carpet and like
They're probably
Well,
glass
armor
planes.
stands.
that's because
Oh.
Tim
Armor stands
is.
is what
Oh, okay.
That's because Tim is a Minecraft master. Do you not know this?
It's unbelievable the amount of work that he's gone to.
It's very intense. Yeah.
And he's just
Good work, yo.
he's got like a sauna I think in there.
A sauna.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And he's made
what
the
is going on in this
outside
place?
look fantastic as well. It just looks so good. I'm very impressed. Well done, team.
So you're going to be
Well
spending time at Tim's house? Is that what you're saying?
done. No, I'm just impressed by
By
Why?
Tim's power of building in Minecraft.
Tim's gaff. Yeah.
It's very cool. Right, we've got some emails, so let's do those.
The Duchess just sent me she shared a document with me, and you know you can send a message to the person who's you're sending it to, and she wrote, "Why do you yell so much? It's Stuart's fault.
It's not my fault. I didn't do anything.
It is your
I would
fault."
never encourage you to shout.
Whoa, that ruled.
The first email this evening is from the Strutmeister. And he says this: Activision props.
Okay.
Props to Activision. He said, "What's up?
Whoa.
How are you going?"
I don't know.
Well,
Where am I
alright,
going?
I'm all right.
How
I'm all
about-
right. Not that I expect you gents to remember my previous diatribe disparaging the hacker that divested me of my Call of Duty ID.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I remember this quite well.
Yeah, I remember it,
well. But this week, I have been reunited with my Activision account by a very conscientious Activision team.
Ooh.
Okay.
It may have had something to do with the fact that my pals decided that it would make it their mission to report the stolen ID on a 7-hourly basis from 3 of them, meaning that Activision were receiving reports 9 times a day. This was unbeknownst to me, of course, and
Wow.
because of that, they may actually be lying and were reporting me for being a total cock. I will probably never
Okay.
know the truth.
I see.
I digress. I got my account back. Everything was there,
Yay.
even down to my
Yay.
anal intruder vibrating melee weapon. Is that a
What?
thing?
I
Is
don't
that an
know.
actual thing?
I don't believe that.
I
Just
don't
keep
know.
nodding.
Unless it's in Saints Row.
No, I don't know. My numerous and irrelevant calling cards were lined up in perfect order, and all my Prestige 7 and 129 levels of blood, sweat, and tears were all there. Here, though, is my confusion. Senor Hackatwat, I love that, Senor
What?
Hackatwat, had not touched the game. They hadn't even
Oh.
signed me up to some dubious friend group or clan. I had no
Hmm.
pornographic or abusive messages. Most
So he
troubling of
says.
all, I know, yeah, most troubling of all was that they hadn't even bothered to rank up any of my guns or my battle pass. This means
The hell are they
that they
doing?
went to all that effort to hack me and probably a score of other poor unfortunates, and they didn't benefit one iota.
Could they have like reset his account to a time?
I have no clue.
You know, like you do like a
Maybe
system
Activision
reset.
Maybe had done that.
Possible.
That is possible. Yeah,
maybe.
Activision.
But if there
went-
are some, I don't know.
Yeah, well, when he reported it stolen, they might have gone, "Oh well, all this
Yeah,
stuff's
let's put
happened
it back."
Since then,
Yeah.
let's rewind to whatever that point in time was when it was nicked.
Possibly.
That's what
Maybe.
I sort of think. Go
That
on.
could be an actual answer there, Ginny. You might have hit on
I
something.
might have cracked it.
I have now signed up for 2-factor authentication, and Activision has given me a
you
1-hour double battle pass token for doing so.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So at the end of the day, I can finish the battle pass that the hacker prevented me from doing. That's kind of cool. So to encourage people to sign up, they go, "Here you go, have this for free for doing it."
There
To
Oh, yeah.
try and make it more secure. I like that.
Cost them nothing.
No. In summary,
Exactly.
fair play to Activision for sorting this issue so quickly. Props to them. 2-factor authentication, people, don't think about it. 2-factor authentication is the way forward.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a
It
good
is. It is
step.
true. It's totally true. And you don't have to worry so much if your password gets hacked because they can't do anything without you going on your phone. Oh yeah, that's fine. So
True.
that does make it a bit better.
I mean,
Uh,
there's probably still ways you could get.
There
got,
is, but it does
makes
make
it a lot
definitely
less likely.
less
Well, they're not
likely.
going to go after those accounts.
That's
No.
true.
Like they only go for low hanging fruit, really.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Like
Take
idiots who
her
would
role.
jump on a Rocket League tournament.
Yeah.
I know people. The only time it goes wrong is when you like just give someone your login details.
Why
Who
would
knows?
you do that though? It's so
I know.
pathetic.
No one would do that. You would be an idiot.
God. Yeah, you
Take
would.
care, all, and thanks for all you do. Keep on gaming. P.S.
You're welcome.
I never watched the show, sadly, but it's definitely a goatee.
Are you? Oh snap! There you go.
Strut, unhacked Meister. That's
Nice.
cool, thanks. Whatever.
Everyone's got an opinion, and the opinion is
Whatever.
it's a goatee.
It's definitely a goatee.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah. We
First,
should keep tally. Like that's 23-1. Stu is one. over here,
first
there's 23
email
people
of
over here.
2 from Jacinta. She's been busy this week.
Apparently she
My
has.
name is Jacinta. Her first email is entitled "Speak Pipes, Motherfuckers,"
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
she says,
well, we
"Hey
got 'em ready
boys,
to go. Just
I
I,
know.
guess we're doing the emails first though.
Hey boys, I sent some speak pipes, but now I'm paranoid that it were too long and I've been cut off part way through. So if that's true, I'm sorry. I have no way of checking now that I've already hit send. Baby brain is completely real, and I'm seriously so much dumber than I used to be. And I'm an old lady now, and this is technology, and shit is hard.
I'm a potato.
So there you
It's
go.
fine.
Yeah.
And then she sent me a more personal email. She sent me a personal one called Atlantic Crossing, and she said, "Hey Stu, hey Stu, if you're a Sophia Halen fan or a Helen, I don't know how you pronounce it. which is the lady who plays Saga in The Bridge, and she's just a brilliant actress. Then you should definitely watch Atlantic Crossing, World War II era drama with a bit of romance on Amazon Prime here in Australia. But they all tend to be different everywhere, so I'll have a look at that. I didn't realize she'd been in all the stuff that I might have watched, so I'll have a look at that. If you mentioned this already in the podcast, I may have blanked and forgotten. No, I didn't realize she was in this, so I will definitely look at it because she is a great actress. A lady at the vet recommended it to us when we told her our dog's name is Saga. Jacinta, a PS attached a picture of Saga, the golden retriever version, and a dog is beautiful, I have to say.
Her name is Jacinta.
So
Yay.
cool for that. Final email this evening is from Derek Hines. And he says this. This is kind of...
Derek. Derek.
We received this evening, and it's kind of ironic in light of what I've done this week.
Probably more coincidental than ironic, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the Duchess and the dog. Hey, Duchess and dog.
But he says, best box, ? Howdy, veteran gamers.
Hey.
When the new Xbox Series and PS5 consoles launched at the end of 2020, I thought, if I had a chance to buy one of these here new consoles, pandemic and computer chip shortages permitting, it would be the disc version of the PS5. Now we are 6 months into the life cycle of the new consoles, and with E3 just having wrapped up early this week, I'm having second thoughts.
Ooh.
I always thought it would be 2022 before I even considered buying anything, but, well, now I'm leaning towards getting the Xbox Series S. See, it's a thing, man.
But why even bother? Like, why get a new one?
Because if you
all these games are available on the old one, aren't they?
No, but there's
exclusive?
a lot of new stuff coming out for the new ones.
What's exclusive?
I think I'm not sure actually. We said Back 4 Blood does. Yeah, there's nothing. But anyway, that being said, if you've not already got an Xbox console, like I didn't,
then you can get a cheap. So
I'd get the
gen.
Yeah, I'd get the Series. No, why would I bother? I'd get the Series S, and that's still fairly reasonably priced. It's not a huge amount of money. I mean, it's cost me. I have a blue light card,
so you'll be ready when there are good games available for
exactly.
it.
And it cost me $240, which I think is
how much would have used whatever the current one is.
I don't know, but that's not the point.
150.
Yeah. With the massive amount of Game Pass games available and backwards compatibility, you could probably do a couple of years before buying a full price game. I think he's probably right.
Yeah, that's true. But I haven't bought a full price game in a long time.
Also, from what I've heard this week, Microsoft are looking into giving you streaming access, even on a standard Xbox One, to play some of the more graphically intense games like Flight Simulator. That's an interesting proposition. I haven't heard that, but that's kind of interesting.
Maybe.
So, like cloud computing, so it doesn't matter whether you've got...
It's all going that way anyway.
Yeah.
I guess.
So if you couldn't play the games on your PC and you had the chance to buy one of the 4 versions for the 2020 consoles today, what would you go for? Cheers. Well, I've already made my decision because I bought one.
So what was the question? If I what?
So if you couldn't play games on your PC and you had a chance to buy one of the 4 versions of the 2020 consoles today, so that's like the discless PS5, the normal one,
the 2 PS5s, the 2 Xboxes,
Yeah, which would you go for? What would you buy?
PS5.
PS5 for you, Duke? Is that a thing? PS5? I'm impressed.
I don't really play my PC now.
I don't want to buy any of them, but, if I had to buy one, I suppose that would be
I don't play my PC now.
No, but which one of the 4 new consoles would you buy?
Well, I've already got a console.
You have to play. You have to pick one of the 4 new consoles.
It's a very simple question, Chinny.
1, 2, 3, or 4, Chinny. Come on.
Which would you go for?
So as if I didn't have a console at all.
Right.
Oh God.
But I've got a console. I don't get it. I'm only joking.
What I'm really trying to say is that Sony.
I don't know. Let me think. I'll probably pick the PS5.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Because cool people buy those.
No, I'd pick Game Pass because I pay for Game Pass, and Game Pass is just such a good deal. So I'll probably pick the Xbox.
So would you go the S or the X? Would you go the more expensive, all bells and whistles, or would you go, S is fine?
I don't know, really. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I just don't think for me personally, I don't think it's worth the extra cash to go for the X.
You know what I'm waiting for? Well, I've thought about the next consoles and stuff, and I'm not ready to buy one yet. But I think I'm waiting for a slimmer version of the X.
Yeah, rather than the smaller.
Because I would buy an Xbox One S, Series S.
Yeah.
But I just want a slimmer version of the X, really. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed so far. I must admit, it is quite an impressive little bit of kit for its size. You know, it's slick. It's very slick. So it's kind of impressive. And that's it for email. So I guess it is on to Jacinta's many speak pipes that she has sent us this week. Pipe, it's the way to leave a message for us.
And this speak pipe is number 503 that we've ever gotten. So we passed 500 at one point recently, and we didn't even notice. We didn't pay any attention.
Well, we've done quite well on the speak pipes, haven't we?
Hey, if we get 600 by 2 episodes time,
it's not gonna happen.
That would be cool.
Definitely not.
Well, it won't happen with that attitude.
No, it won't.
Well, we're gonna have people send in 5 second, 98.
I'd have to delete everything.
Yes,
to
you
get
can
another
do it.
100.
You can do it, listeners.
By the way, can I just say, I have done some housekeeping this week on SpeakPipe and deleted quite a lot of the older ones so that we don't have
Jacinta's
that
done her share. She already gave us 3.
situation. It's a good job I did.
All right, so the first one is from Jacinta.
Hi guys, just listening to last week's episode.
With Susan.
I surprisingly need to support Stu on this
Hey.
one.
Oh my
The
God.
Xbox ladies jeans button was in the wrong place and it drove me crazy the entire time. What I
Thank
saw
you.
immediately, just completely distracted by this freaking button. You're not alone. It was just such a weird choice. I really think they needed to think that through a little bit more. I don't think she lost weight and moved the button. That wouldn't really work. She could probably afford new jeans, I think. But anyway, yeah, it was just super distracting and annoying. And it's like, why would you do this to us? Why would they distract from their games by these stupid, annoying button placement?
See?
Oh, we need to get a. Everyone's
Wasn't
talking about
just
minor
me.
aesthetic details today.
It
Like,
was
what the heck?
honestly, it was the first thing I saw as soon as you came on. Like,
Stuart,
what the?
stop
Jacinta,
whining about minor
Why?
aesthetic
Why is a
details.
button there? It just looks weird.
What was she talking about? I need to see this.
So basically, there's this woman.
Yeah, I heard
who
the show.
presented-
I heard the show. What was she talking about?
Pants, button pants.
So a pants, a button. It was just a
No,
weird,
I
it's so
know.
hard to
I get
describe.
how do I go? What do I Google to find this woman? What was she talking about?
Well, she was right on right at the beginning of the show. So she was.
Which
on the
show?
first people
Xbox, was
came.
it?
The Xbox, yeah, the Xbox showcase thing.
So, do you remember what she was talking about?
God knows. She was. You'll know her when you see her because she's got some weird jeans on.
Just look for the woman with the weird
just look for the
jeans.
woman with the weird jeans. Let's
And
listen
then
to
while
the-
you're finding that, we're gonna
Yeah,
play
let's
the other
listen-
speak pipe.
play
from-
I'm
the
typing in
Number 2 is
Xbox
from
E3 2021 weird
Weird
jeans.
jeans.
Yeah, I don't know whether that'll
This
come up.
speak
but
pipe
there
is
you go.
from Jacinta.
Hi guys, Jacinta here. I'm doing a second speak pipe. It is
Aw,
not
yeah.
an apology speak pipe, which is good. And also, well, it's turning into an apology speak pipe.
Her name is
I'm
Jacinta.
sorry that I forgot to put my name on one of the speak pipes last week.
Yeah, thanks
Caused a lot
lot.
of confusion about the order of
Yes.
things as well. So anyway, it is an apology speak pipe.
Craziness. The show is basically ruined. You didn't hear us
Yeah,
when we
terrible.
stopped broadcasting.
Oh.
We stopped the recording for 2 hours trying to figure out what order the speak pipes went
Yeah.
in.
And
I
Susan-
hurt my hand because I was
Yeah.
pounding it on the desk.
Yeah, Susan,
I
first
will
time she's on the
sue
show,
you.
going, "Who is this
Yeah.
amateur who's sending us speak
What's
pipe?
going
Who-
on? I don't even know what we're listening to.
Who is she?
said.
Who is this
Yeah.
Jacinta?" Oh,
Yeah.
tell you,
But
Susan
mostly
was
I
not
wanted to talk
impressed.
about Red Dead. So I've never really played a Rockstar game before because they're just like
Oh.
dude bros doing dude bro things, and I'm not usually into that.
I said when GTA 5 came out, I was like, we need to have some women-centered Rockstar games. Nope, hadn't happened yet, but maybe someday.
Maybe.
But because Chinny loves third-person games, and I love third-person games, and I trust Chinny.
Thank you.
to a
Oh,
point.
that's a mistake.
Oh, terrible.
I decided to give Red Dead Online a go, and because everyone was banging on about it, so I'm like, okay, I'll give this Red Dead Online a go.
Okay.
I skipped the whole tutorial. Then I had no idea what was going on.
Brilliant.
You know what? Look, it's not my fault, right? See, if there's a tutorial, you need to play it.
That's
you don't
the
wanna be
best
like
way
me.
to play a game, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
exactly.
Fuck the tutorial.
And I was like, hey, you know what? Instead of playing the tutorial, I'll play all of Red Dead.
Oh.
Yeah. So I started the game.
Red
And I
Dead 2, I
expected
assume.
to like the combat and to hate the story.
Oh.
And instead, I like the story and I hate the combat and the mechanics and the way that you move, the way that you shoot, the menus, the fact that there's no quest log, the fact that you can't save during a mission. There's a lot I hate about this game. But yeah, surprisingly, I enjoy the story, which I did not expect. I like a dude bros doing dude bro things game. Yeah. So I'm running out of time, so I'm going to do another one.
Oh.
Jacinta, I need you to have faith in this game.
I have
There's
a
going to
plan.
be things coming happening in this game that you're going to enjoy, but I need you to believe in the game.
That sounds like him. That's a good impression, Duke. I'm impressed.
Okay,
thank
I
you,
found.
Stuart.
Can I just check?
I found the lady with the jeans.
Oh,
All right, we got the
lady
pants.
with the weird jeans.
Her name is Sarah Bond.
Okay.
First of all, great name.
That is a good name.
Bond,
It's a good
Sarah
name.
Bond.
Strong name.
The jeans do look like a texture map gone wrong on an avatar.
They are weird, aren't they? It's not just
Yes.
me. It's like her jeans have glitched.
No,
Well,
it,
can you
it,
put
it
it
looks
on the
like
stream? I didn't even see these.
it looks like Sarah. You're on in like 2 minutes. You're not even changed. Like fucking hell, I didn't even know.
It's the wonky fly, man. That kept getting me. It's
It
like,
is a
why
wonky
fly.
fly,
Why is
yeah.
a fly at an angle?
There she is.
It'd be terrible if you were a bloke having to put up with that stuff.
Well,
The hell? What were those jean designers thinking?
I don't know
when
if
they
you've
made
noticed
those
this
jeans?
about Sarah, but she's not a bloke, so she's fine.
No. Well, it's just, I kept looking at them thinking, what is going on with those jeans?
Dick butt right in the middle isn't
It's
helping.
like-
Yeah, they are weird and angled. Okay, I guess, but like whatever. Who cares?
I'm
Like,
guessing it's some sort of fashion statement, but it's not a good
I would
one.
assume they are the not the usual jeans. Yes,
I was
but
just
also
like,
who cares?
are your jeans broken? What's
Apparently,
going on with me?
Jacinta does.
Seconds?
Apparently, you do. But I okay, whatever.
See, even Susan's going, those are very weird. But even
Yeah,
Susan
fair enough.
agrees now she's seen them.
Yes. All right. Should we do the last speak pipe?
You can do, yes.
All right. It's from Jacinta.
Jacinta.
So just continuing on from my last.
Her name is
speech, I
Jacinta.
was talking about Red Dead. Yeah, I'm very surprised by the fact that I like the story and don't like the janky combat and basically every other aspect of the game. The graphics are beautiful, the story is pretty cool, the voice acting is good, and if I pretend that I'm in the Firefly universe and that this is not on Earth in the past, I'm sort of interested in it.
Wow.
I like that. Look, whatever
Oh, yeah,
works.
the jank of the shooting, like I turned free aim on thinking, I'm a real
Ooh,
gamer.
no.
I'm going to play the free aim. No.
No.
Of course, you're not gonna like the mechanics. Then I played it on the PC and I didn't like it that way.
Free aim is shit.
Yes.
It is not good. You need to turn that shit off.
Yes.
So I'm just, really flummoxed by the fact that I like the story and hate the gameplay, which is the total reverse of what I had expected. Anyway, so I wanted to ask you a question. The question
is the free aim shit? The answer is yes. Oh wait, no, there's a different question.
do you, and it's probably been asked before, it's not that original, I'm sorry, but do you generally prioritize story or gameplay in your preferences of games that you like? So for example, I love The Last of Us Part 2. I love the story. I don't really like the gameplay kind of at all.
I recommend not playing The Last of Us Part 2, and that's the best way to
Yeah,
absorb that
just
story.
watch the story like you
Yeah,
did.
exactly. Just watch it online.
Watch it like a big giant movie.
So generally, I think I'm probably fall in the I like the gameplay more camp. Something like Horizon Zero Dawn to me has absolutely 100% perfect gameplay, as does Tomb Raider Reboot. And so I prefer those games, even though the stories are not, they're just objectively not as good as The Last of Us 2 and probably even Red Dead. So yeah, story versus gameplay, where do you stand? And maybe just to make it more interesting, has that changed over time as you have aged?
So I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it, Duke.
So I generally assume that video game stories are not going to be very good, so I go for gameplay. And I think that the few games that do have good stories, and I'd say Red Dead 2 is a good story. It's not, it's kind of the same story as Red Dead 1, which is a shame because I had heard so many amazing things about the story in Red Dead 2. And while it's not bad, it's not amazing. And as I've said, it took way too long to tell that story. It should
It's
have been
very
half as long.
convoluted. It goes on forever.
The point, however, for
You
me
two,
is that
you two want to be careful, all right?
the good
It's
gameplay
true. It's totally true.
of a good game is gonna be fun for the whole experience, and a mediocre story can come and go, and you can even skip the story in some cases. So I'm all about gameplay, and I don't think it's changed over time. I think game developers have tried to, they've gotten more caught up in their own storytelling, which is a shame because for the most part their stories are garbage. So there's no reason to get caught up in their own storytelling. But fortunately, gameplay advances have continued to happen, and the problem comes when they neglect gameplay and they try to focus on story and they fail with story. Because I'm not gonna play a game that has mediocre gameplay, even if it has a good story. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I think it depends on the type of game. I mean, I very much, as you well know, I very much go for story-driven games are my bread and butter. You know, they're my favorite experiences.
Yeah.
And if the gameplay's there to match it, that's fine. If the gameplay's a bit mediocre but the story's great, I'm still fine with it. That doesn't particularly bother me. I mean, an interesting case in point is It Takes Two, because the story's all right, but I'm not like blown away. You know, people getting divorced and like, oh, you've got to fix all your problems by playing a game together. It's fine, but the gameplay is flipping ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think that's, for me, kind of almost the opposite of what I'm normally into. But I'm having so much fun playing it with Millie. It's just great. So it is a weird thing. I don't know. I mean, like I say, the voice acting is quite funny in places, but it's not the best story in the world. You know, it isn't a Dear Esther, for instance, Duke, or an Alan Wake. Just saying. How about you?
Rise out of me, Agent Kuyan?
No, I would never do that.
Jenny, what about you?
Heavy Rain, even. I mean, come on. Ginny, over to you.
Gameplay. Always gameplay. Gameplay.
There you go.
I
Has to
mean,
be
my
gameplay.
favorite games in the past few years have been Minecraft and Rocket League, which don't have any story at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, is that traditionally video games weren't really about the story. What the fuck was the story in Donkey Kong? Who cares? What was the story in
Whoa.
Super Mario Brothers? Nobody
Whoa.
cares.
Whoa.
Come on, give me a break. What was the story
Whoa.
in Zelda?
Zelda,
The point
that's
is
very
that it was
deep.
always.
Whoa.
Oh, the
Have you not
first
played
one?
Breath of
Come
the
on.
Wild?
Diddy Kong
first one?
Racing story is something to
Oh
behold.
my
Yeah,
God.
exactly. Now that's not to say that I'm not trying to take the piss out of games with a good story, because that can happen. But at a Scott McCloud says in Understanding Comics, it makes sense to set priorities. Is it about the why or is it about the how? And games have traditionally been about the how. And now that games have the ability to say, okay, let's think a little bit about the why, and maybe the why can inform the how. In some rare cases, Portal 2, I think, is the best example ever. They blend. And that's the gold standard. I think that I challenge someone to give me a better example of story and gameplay working together.
The Half-Life
Portal
games
2?
work pretty well. As well.
I don't
Especially
think the story in
Alex.
Half-Life is
Half-Life
Yeah.
Alex works brilliantly well, and the story's amazing.
No, but I'm
I
talking
would-
about
I would argue.
the mechanics and the story they have something to do with each
Yeah,
other.
well, Half-Life Alex.
I don't know if that's the case with Alex. I haven't played it, but I can say it's not the case in Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 is just a shooter, and you jump on boxes, and then you drive a speedboat.
Yeah, but you have
and,
got the
you know,
gravity gun, and that is a piece of
which
kit
has
in
what to do with
itself.
the story?
Shooting shit
Right.
and sucking shit.
In any case,
and shooting
Valve
more
is the
shit.
best at fusing.
It is,
mechanics
and
and story.
it is totally.
We'll agree with
Totally.
that.
But I'm
I think
talking
that
more about
with-
basic mechanics that
Which is
that
gameplay.
complement
Right,
the
but
story.
most games don't have any overlap between mechanics and story, which
No,
is
they
fine.
don't.
That's not a
No, they
problem.
don't.
And so the question I think for developers ought to be, if you're going to take your story real seriously, like, why? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, is there anything? Saul Williams said it. Are your Tales of Reality worth their Sonic Lace discussions? Like, is your story really worth 40 hours of my time? Because very few games manage to get a yes from me on that score. So,
No, you are very hard to please when it comes to storytelling in games.
it's true.
Very hard to please.
I think for me, it's got to be gameplay. But my favourite types of games are games with great gameplay, or games that I consider great gameplay and have stories that I'm interested in. So that's
Yeah.
why I like games like GTA and Red Dead, because I like the gameplay in those games. I like the stories in those games.
You see, Chinny, I would say, I'm gonna put it out there. I think the gameplay in GTA is pretty weak. The gun shooting is
The gameplay
terrible.
in GTA is weak. What are you talking about?
The gunplay is all auto lock rubbish, and if you don't have auto
wrong
lock,
with
it's
that?
almost impossible to shoot someone.
What's wrong
The
with auto lock?
The handling of the cars isn't great. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's a lot of fun to play, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying here.
So-
but it is not the best mechanics in a game.
You
ever.
just completely juxtaposed.
If they were bad
yourself.
mechanics, it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the janky, man. None of those mechanics are great. They're not. They're not
I
great.
don't think GTA.
It's like Jacinta just said. The Red Dead mechanics aren't great.
Unless you use auto aim or auto lock or whatever. It's
Well, that's what
called.
I'm saying. They're not very good, are they? The shooting games that aren't very good at shooting. Neither
No, I
of them are.
disagree.
Well, with auto aim, it's fine, but that's not skill, is it? That's just relying on releasing the aim button and
Well,
aiming
that's
again.
like saying when you're playing your VR climbing game, it's not skill because you're not actually climbing.
Well,
It's a
you're
video
actually
game.
yeah, but
It's a shortcut.
No, that's
It's
not
a
true at all because the
approximation.
climbing game, you've still got to have the timing. You've got to know when to go. You've got to look for the best handholds. So there's definitely player skill involved. There is no player skill
I'm not
involved.
saying
in
there's
doing-
no
using
player
auto
skill
aim.
involved. I'm just saying there's. I'm saying that for me, when it comes to Rockstar games, like on Red Dead Online, which I know you haven't played, so you can't talk about it, and I hate to give you something you can't talk about because you would never speak about something you haven't experienced.
No, I wouldn't.
With online Deadeye mode, it has the paint it black mechanic. Chinny knows what I'm talking about. It's still some skill required. It's just not nearly as much skill required, but that's okay because that's not the part of the game that I'm most in love with, and it still can be tough and tense, and I've died a bunch of times.
I
even though there's that
don't
shortcut.
think Rockstar has ever nailed shooting mechanics in a game. Really.
No, they just make $1 billion every time
They
release
do.
a
No,
game.
don't get me wrong. Their game is totally about the characters and the story in the game and the stupid shit they get up to. And it's way less about whether you can shoot something on for your own skill or whether it just has auto aim on.
I disagree.
Well,
Yeah, I
you
do too. Which
you
and-
can
and by the
disagree
way,
all you like, but you
Stuart-
know I'm right.
But Stuart, if that were true, then neither GTA Online or Red Dead Online would be any fun.
Yeah, but the fun is doing just the stupid shit, isn't it? It's not necessarily how well it's done. It's just stupid shit.
Bounty hunting, shooting people during moonshiner missions.
Yeah, but
like,
you'd
these
use it
all
auto aim,
require
though, aren't you?
skill.
So it's still
I'm
fun,
using
though.
Paint It Black.
It is fun.
And it's-
I'm not disagreeing with you there, Gina. I never said it
and
wasn't
it's
fun.
not just like
I
push a
just said
button
they're
and
not
they die.
very good. Well, it's not far off, is it? Really?
Which you
Let's be
haven't even
honest.
played, so who knows?
Like for me, it's about having fun.
It
It
is,
is,
yeah.
And the core thing about that is good. If I'm having fun, that means the gameplay is good.
It is fun being a badass. There's no doubt. You know what I
So-
mean?
But we're not. When I'm playing Red Dead Online, I'm not playing it thinking, "Oh God, these shooting mechanics suck,"
This is
or the
jank.
shooting is so automatic, it's so simple that it's boring. But I'll keep playing because I get to be a bounty hunter. I'm thinking this shootout is rough. I got to make sure none of these people where I'm delivering the goods are killed because then I'll lose money. So I have to hurry up and kill these people. And if it were just push a button and they all die, then it would be over like that. But it's not. So it's in
Okay.
between push a button and everybody dies and the very difficult version that Jacinta was talking about. It's in between those two. It's kind of
Okay.
like Fallout has the VATS mechanic, which is granted not as much skill as a first-person shooter would be, but it's also not just push a button. Well, I mean,
No, because
VATS
there's
kind of
probability.
is push a button.
Well, there is, but there's probabilities involved, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly, and that's
So
the
you've
way it
gotta
is with
go,
Red Dead.
"Ooh."
That's the way it is with Red Dead Online.
Yeah, and well, there you go. It is kind of an interesting thing to talk about.
I agree.
But is that it? Are we done? Are we done for
I
the
guess so.
speak part? Well, I guess in that case we need to do some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
So who wants to go
I have it on my
first?
thing. I just talked a lot, so I'm going to be quiet.
I will
Okay,
shout
you
out Jacinta
Yeah.
and
Her name
or
is Jacinta.
I'll shout out Audrex because he's in the Minecraft room right now,
What up, Ord?
and Tim Reaper and SLH and yeah, I haven't been around really. I haven't been on the Discord. I haven't been on my Xbox, so yeah, I've just been busy working. So
Working. Just working.
I'm okay. I'm
Working
still
doing
in.
stuff.
Plus
just
some other
working.
hours in the evenings.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Working,
All
working,
over.
working.
Going to Wales and recording videos.
Going to yeah, exactly. He's been going to Wales.
Bloody Wales.
Bloody Wales. Wrexham. Is it Wrexham? Anyone
Wrexham.
to? See, I've got good. See, I
Well,
remember
since we're
that.
at a pause,
was
I will
listening.
say that my shout out's going to start with Joystick J because he was tagged in a thread about what games made you the gamer you are now. And so, yeah, I responded to that. What was my response? Hang on a second. Oh, man, I'm on notifications. Yeah, so no, that was Seth responding to someone who responded. Okay, here we go. I said the 4 games that made me the gamer I am today: Myst, Call of Duty 4, Pool of Radiance, classic old school RPG, and Skyrim. There's others I probably should include in that list, but I wanted to limit myself to 4. I think the other people had 5, but whatever. Yeah, so then I tagged you, Stu, and you.
I know I
Chinny,
haven't
but
done it
you
yet.
don't look
I
at
was
Twitter,
thinking
so
about
Well,
please
on Twitter,
SLH and Tainted Brain.
I haven't
So
been on Twitter for a long time, so I don't see
Tainted
it.
Brain responded. Thank you, Tainted Brain. Yeah, and everybody's shown some love for Nimbus X Part 6. It's out. Check it out, people. Some exciting stuff's happening in this part of the story. We're getting to the end now, and there's one more section. I've written half of it already. I went on Friday,
Wow.
and I just started writing. It was just boom, 10 pages
Coming
fell in.
out.
So it's coming, people. It's almost done, and I think
Almost
it's pretty
done.
exciting. So check it out. Check it out.
Check it out now. Yeah, well, I'll shout out Millie, of course, being very kindly to sign in on my new Xbox for me. That's very kind of her.
Yeah.
Shout out Jacinta also for being just sending us stuff, man. I like it.
Thank
I like
you,
it. I
Jacinta.
like
You don't have
your
to
emails.
apologize so much. Just send it.
Yeah, and also, can I just say, for supporting my my claim of the weird genes, just want to put it out there that, you know, she supports me in my theory that it was distracting, very distracting. Shout out Ginny for turning up this week. There you go. That's a good shout
Wow,
out.
that's what it's come to.
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, well done, Ginny. You made it through another
You
week.
made it.
And I think that's it, really. And just generally anyone who contributes, you know, to the forums, Discord, to Susan, of course, for helping out last week, which was
Yay,
very good. A
Susan.
very
Yes,
short
thanks,
notice
Susan.
for filling in, and she did a good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
it's nice to hear her on the show.
It was. And that's it, I think. Are we done?
I think we're done.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
If you like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net. And on there, you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts, similar in vein to ours, but different in the way they're delivered. Some have all kinds of sound effects.
Are for old people.
Some talk about
Too many, some
RPGs.
people say.
Come on now.
Some might say that.
No one says that.
Jack
Then,
wouldn't.
of course, you have links to, great forums.
You don't have any other friends.
So check it out, VGHub.net. It is a great starting point for your podcast discovery.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Shots fired! Shots fired! Then go and do something less boring instead. Sit at home, watch TV. Very much go to the Won't you?
Oh my glob.
Go.
Making bacon pancakes.
Excellent. Well, there you go. Another show is done.
We got the 600 show coming up.
I know. We've only got one
Two
more
weeks.
show.
Well, one more show and then that's it.
One more show and then it's on. It's on.
July 4th, baby.
I know. I can't believe
I
how
just stopped
quickly it's
recording,
coming.
by the way.
That's fine.
Better be fine.
Well, it has to be. There's no other thing.
You've gone very quiet.
Well, we could take the recording
know.
off of the video. But...
That's
Thanks for
it.
listening, everybody.
You're done.
Thanks for watching.
Well, I hate to leave, but I've got to go because I've got to get up for work in the morning. But thank you guys
How
as
was your
always.
holiday, by the way? We didn't even ask about.
Oh, it was excellent. Do you know what?
Great.
The place was.
It looked like it was nice.
It was lovely. The view.
Well,
out
I
the
saw
back
you didn't
was-
talk too much about Hades, so you couldn't have been that in love.
I
with
didn't play it. I never played it.
It.
I took
you
it.
just posted the gram.
I just
the
pretended I
photo,
played it.
and
Yeah, I
then you're
pretended I
like,
played it.
"Oh yeah, Hades. Who could want anything
Yeah,
more?" I'm not
yeah,
playing this
look at
shit.
more. Yeah,
I
didn't
got the
even-
picture. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. Didn't even play it. But yeah,
Oh, well.
it was good fun. It was good fun. Yeah, the holiday was great, but flipping out, we were knackered. We did a lot of walking.
Well, all right.
Yeah, we walked 10 miles the first day, then we probably walked another 6 to 7, 8 miles the second day. and then I couldn't walk anymore.
You know, it was voluntary, Stu. You know.
I know, yeah, I did it myself. So
You know, you went on that holiday.
I know. But yeah, the cottage was lovely, and we were very lucky because we booked it in Feb before Airbnb people went, I'm going to charge fucking thousands and thousands of pounds for you to come here now.
Who's
so,
that?
Yeah,
Why are you turning that down, Shin?
we got it for £80 a night instead of some.
Why are they
ridiculous
charging
amount.
thousands and thousands of pounds?
Because you can't go abroad, can you? So they've cottoned on to the fact that that's the only place you can go. So it's honestly, Chinny, it's just ridiculous how much they're charging for stuff.
We're going to Snowdonia.
All right.
But we booked it already, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, well, that's what we booked ours on. I think it was sometime in Feb, so it was before they'd announced you couldn't travel and stuff. So it was £80 a night, so it didn't cost a lot of money. But I'm guessing if you book that now, and it was available, you'd be talking silly money. We were looking at some of them, and it was just ridiculous because it's Kay's mum and dad's 60th wedding anniversary, I want to say, in October.
Oh, yeah.
So we're thinking of getting an Airbnb for 8 of us to go away all together.
Right.
And it's just what they're doing. This is where they're being a bit sneaky. So they'll put on, it's going to cost, I don't know, £280 a night for an 8, enough to sleep 8 people. So you'd think it'd be like about £500 for 2 nights, but it's coming up at like 1,100.
Bastards.
That's a bit weird. Why is it so expensive? And then when you look at the breakdown, they're charging this. So they put on like cleaning charge of £80, service cost 360. I'm like, what the hell? So they're adding this like service cost on for some weird reason.
Yeah, they're just charging through the roof.
Yeah. So they're just. Yeah, well, that's it. I said it's supply and demand, isn't it? You can't go abroad very easily, so anything in this country, they're charging an absolute fortune for you to go. What are you gonna do?
That's capitalism.
So we were lucky. We booked that, and we booked another one in August before, obviously, any of this shit happened. And we got that for about same amount, for about £80 a night for a 2-bedroomed, like cottagey thing. So we've been quite lucky, unlike unfortunately a lot of other people at this point in time. Yeah. Someone at work was like, they tried to book to go to the Lake District, and every single one they looked at was well over £1,000 for like 3 nights or something, 2 nights. It's just, honestly, it's mental. Yeah, it is. It's just mental how much they're charging for stuff. Right, I am going to go. Have a nice evening, guys. And
Me too. Peace out, fam.
Speak to you both soon.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.
I think I'm on my own. Huh.